Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Take 2. Greg Gangle, hello, mate.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Very, very well. We are live from Yirrebee Stud here today for the open day for Nutrien and the big dispersal sale. Rod Woodhouse is joining us as well at the start of the day. I apologise for the false start, Rod. I'm a full-on professional, but I had a little false start. You're keen on these things too.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, buddy.
Big day today for you. Big week, really, because, I mean, the sale goes online next week. But I suppose a lot of mixed emotions on a day like today.
Yeah, it is, you know. I'll be honest with you, it pulls at the heartstrings a bit, you know, and I'll probably, when it's all over and done with, I'll probably sit down and have a bit of a shed a tear or two. But, you know, it's just old age has got me.
It gets to us all, and it is change, and it is happening. Going through the catalogue, I've been fortunate enough to go through the catalogue pretty in depth, so as I sound like I know what I'm talking about. The stock, you know, I said to Roger there before, the amount of times I was highlighting Mare of the New Zealand Mare of the Year, Australian Mare of the Year, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, just incredible depth in the breeding stocks you've got here.
Yeah, well, look, it's taken a long time to accumulate this, but we have. I'm very proud of what our mares are, what they've done. So, you know, as I said, it'll be sad, but it's just part of life. It is,
and Greg, it's great draft. You've done a lot with the weanlings, going through all the videos. You've done a lot of photos with the mares as well, but the weanlings, and they're going to be sought after. It's a good turnout already. Like the talk was around 100. I think that's going to come and go pretty comfortably with the looks at the minute.
Yeah, every time we turn our heads, Paul, we see you know, a flock of vehicles coming in. So you know, obviously it's a testament to the product that Rod's put forward with you know, the stock that he's providing here today. And you know, here we are talking online where, you know, we've done extensive weanling videos for people that can bid online. So all in all, what we're doing today with your production and what we're doing with the online sale, I mean, it's certainly going to be something that is sought after in all parts of the country.
Yeah, it is indeed, and I encourage people on the Facebook feed to, if they want, send us through some messages. If we can find out something for them online, we'll definitely do that. We can get the guys in. Peter's going to come in obviously a local that you two know something about.
He said the next race at Mohawk goes in 5 minutes.
He's a Canadian. It's a big day over there too. We probably should have been linking up with the boys. Pete's going to come and join us. I think Roger's going to come and join us. I haven't nailed that part down, but they're definitely we're going to parade random lot of weanlings, none in particular. So just try and highlight them in a different way, and that's something different, isn't it, Rod?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They'll present well. That we coming off a short run up. But no, it'll be good. It's all exciting. I really appreciate everything that Nutrien's doing for us. They have left no stone unturned, so it's really good.
No, they had an open day, a few drinks last night. 25 people turned up. I mean, yep, I get paid by them. I like what they do. I like the way they do it. I mean, it's something different. Even a day like today, you know, to come here, but then to bid online, it's something very different. So everyone gets a free chance. If you can't get here, you're all on an even playing field next week.
That's it. You still get a good look at them.
Yeah. How big is the property?
Yirrebee's made up. The main farm has got 150 acres on it. The adjoining farm, which we own, has got 211 acres on it, all irrigated.
Yeah.
The whole place is irrigated, which allows you to run a lot of stock.
Yep.
You know.
And it's magic this time of year, and we're a little bit dark, unfortunately, on the screen because the sun is actually right behind us, but in a minute it'll move over. But, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's just sensational. It was a bit fresh this morning, but now it's sort of coming into its own, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're lucky because we've had rain all week virtually.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah, and so,
Just
turn for us.
Turned around. I'll let you go, Rod. Myself and Greg are going to talk about most of them, but thank you very much for letting me come here and doing this, and good luck with the sale next week. I'm sure it's a sad thing, and you might need a parking attendant because they are seriously still coming in. There's a lot of cars coming down the driveway, which is terrific, and I think that's great. You know,
some of those guys are going to end up with a fair walk.
Yeah.
They're down in the end of the straight now.
Good thing he's got a track. They can park on the track next.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going around.
That's right.
Before I let you go, you must be wrapped in this because you weren't sure.
No, well, no one was. I'm going to have to go and do some more programs for
it's so hard to predict.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you think about it, because
it's a great day, isn't it? Great weather-wise.
Yep.
You know?
And it's just like any event. Doesn't matter if you're having an Easter Carnival or a footy game or an open house here. Weather can make or break an event, and the weather turned up.
And then next week we don't have to worry about it because it's online. So and we want people to Nutrien Equine sign is down the bottom, but we want people to go there and register and bid. Let you go because you're not that keen on it. So that's
I don't like this sort of stuff.
thank you very much, Rod Woodhouse. We'll let him get himself
I'm not
going.
keen on it either. Does that mean I get to
You
go?
got no choice. You got no choice. You and I are going to be waxing lyrically. I do apologise for the sun glare for the guys watching us online. It is a little bit tricky, but I encourage. We've got quite a few people on there. If you've got any questions, ask them. In regards to parading some of the weanlings, if you give us a heads up early enough. Graham Hand from New Zealand, met him over there just recently at the weanling sales for New Zealand, and he's on there all the time. He's a great man. He's got he owns Street Hawk, which actually there's a relative in the sale, Better Dreams. I think it's that family.
She's a Better's Delight mare.
Yep.
And then there's a weanling by Needy.
Yep.
Is there Needy?
Yep.
Is that the
Yep.
one? How good are we?
We're going all right. Don't worry. Mate, this is Campbell's comments. This will be the most ad-lib thing you've ever had anything to do with. There is no script here today. We spoke to Roger just said before. He's going to try and get some of the weanlings out. And if you fire a message through, if you want some to go, Peter Amirio, hello, mate. He's one of the regulars that tunes in, so I'm really rapt to see him here. We're going for 4 hours. We're going to go right through to 2 o'clock. One of the things, I suppose, was if we can, I think there's going to be no worries at all because I'll have plenty of people to interview as we go through the day. Mark Martin's going to come and join us at some stage. Crux of it is make sure you go to the Nutrien Equine site, .com.au, it's there on the bottom, and then follow the links. Go to Yirrebee sale and follow the links, get your bidding cards, and make sure you register well and truly early so you don't miss out for next weekend because the sale is next weekend.
And another thing that viewers can do as well, they can send a message and we can go out and snap some photos, take a quick video and send it to them as well. So that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. And you can contact Mark Barton direct, but please, if you want to find out about it, or some people probably won't. No, Glenn West, there is no work here. Sorry, mate. They're changing hands. I was like, what's that one? And so, but yeah, so please get them going. Even the camp drafters are watching. Kate Jones. Katie, I don't have your hat. I have lots of hats, but I don't actually have your hat. Bardo gave me a new one.
I'm looking down at your cowboy hat.
But it's there. Well, okay. This is what happens with Campbell's comments. Anything can happen, so...
There we go.
That's one for you, Kate. There's the camp draft hat is there. So yeah.
At Tamworth, where'd you get that?
Yeah, Tamworth. Yeah, I've already sold about 20 because there's that many people who want more of them. The Kiwis, my good mate Cam Bray over there, he'll want one as well. But
He's going to be venturing across the river, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a big river, but yeah, he is.
That's what I call it, the river.
Yeah, he's coming September. He's going to be here, and he's actually going to end up in Tamworth for a bit of the Nutrien experience. So, and that's something that's very different from a Canadian that's come across here, and the likes of the way a couple of these sales companies now are starting to work together to promote our industry. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, predominantly back home when you're dealing with yearling sales, you have your sales companies, but they also are, they don't really. How do I word it? Is they're not fully fledged involved with the industry. They just run a sale company and that's it.
Yep.
We're seeing the likes of the Nutrien experience coming over here and being a part of so many different avenues, and having different types of brands, right? Camp drafting, for example, and everything like that. So there are some similarities, but quite a few differences as well in terms of how they operate.
Yeah, I just embrace. I think the way they both sales companies are starting to embrace. When I say both, sorry, NZB and Nutrien with Bardo invited over there.
Yep.
Same thing, they invite back, and I think it's great. I think it's
super because at the end of the day, you want to promote the product and you want to have a service to the industry. And that's what it's all about. So it doesn't matter pretty much. And we're a close relation. I mean, there's so many New Zealand bred horses here, and because it's predominantly an export market in New Zealand. So there's certainly a lot of eyes on us and a lot of eyes on New Zealand as well. So it works well together.
Yeah, and that is actually key. And the depth, as I said there before, Rod, but New Zealand horses of the years and the likes. And I found it quite funny. I've done a lot of notes and gone through a lot of those with you've got everything from Miracle Mile winners into Dominion winners, and they're not sort of down in the pedigrees.
That's right. They're still high up.
They're right there, and I think that's one of the more exciting parts of it. Roger will possibly get us out a horse at some stage going forward, but Jared Maloney, I've noticed there was a few lots, not video or pics. Will they go up online? Now, Jared, depending on what they are, so this is Jared Maloney from Swan Hill, and he's always a great contributor as well, depending exactly on which ones they are. So the weanling videos will be the only ones that will go up, and...
Yeah, so just for clarity, I videoed all the weanlings, and in regards to the mares, I believe Roger did the photos and sent them to Mark to put up on the website. So in regards to if there's a couple yearlings or 2-year-olds or racehorses for sale, we can certainly go ahead and get that content.
Yeah, the issue is trying to get all of these horses and so many of them, if you like, up and allocated and get them out there for the people to go. We've actually got one of the little ones coming out as we speak. So what I will do is I'm going to let you go as we go. Which one have we got here, Doc? 78. This is going to be lot number 78. So as he gets himself organised.
We've got a Warrior Needy colt.
Out of Eyes of Courage, this one is. Now, Greg, I'm going to leave you just to talk about him just for a little bit. I'm going to actually just get that. Actually, no, we can actually do this. I did this one. I did it a little bit trickier, so unfortunately, there he is. You'll come into the screen right now. So there he is right there, but I'll get on the other camera. But yeah, Warrior Needy colt out of Amaretto, a mare that I had a lot to do with my brother and sister-in-law in Karen Manning. She was a champion mare herself.
Yeah, well, there it is, over $500,000 in a Group 1 winner, Paul. So, that's a major feat. So, Warrior Needy colt out of a Courage Under Fire mare. This mare was a 4-time winner. She's the dam of 6 foals, 6 live foals, I should say, and 5 of them raced. So, certainly the family here is quite current. And I'm just trying to actually retrain my brain a little bit on this colt. You see quite a bit of chrome. I'm not sure if that's not so much of a needy trend, I don't think, Paul.
Amaretto was a pretty mare, but a plain mare, if that makes if that makes sort of sense to you. That should have came through, but it has. Thank you.
Anyway,
I was a bit worried there for a minute.
I encourage the viewers, if you're keen on this type of colt, be sure to check out.
How good a horse was Warrior Needy, Greg? I mean, as a Canadian, you know a lot about him. He was the Canadian 2-year-old of the year, so I mean, he was quite a good horse. But how good a horse actually was he?
Yeah, it was a scary speed in general. Just that rapid high-end speed. He came at a time where there was, and I'm trying to think who he competed predominantly against, but he certainly held his own and then some. And then as a 4-year-old, he equaled the world record of 46-4.
Yep.
So that in itself was a testament. And when he did it at the Meadowlands.
Yep.
Now, had he had done that at Lexington, Kentucky, it's probably 46-1, just to put things in perspective. So he was a very, very good horse. And then, Rod was able to purchase him and bring him over here. And anytime you're looking at, races, especially in this in the Riverina, you're seeing a significant amount of them that have already made their way onto the racetrack and doing a lot of damage. So he's a proven sire, and certainly has been a great local sire here for us.
He has indeed. Roger, which is it? We got another one going to come through in a sec. Just give us 1 sec. It sounds a little bit. We just got to find out which number he is.
It's I think Roger said it's a Lazarus out of the Blue Lotus.
Lot 83. Well done. We've got this stuff going now, and I'll leave you to do the talking there, Greg, as I get myself organised here with the camera. She's a one-man band, but there we have this is a Lazarus colt now, aren't they going to be sought after?
Yeah, that's right. And I think there's 7 or 9 of them being offered in the online
7,
sale.
I think. Well, yeah.
About 7 of them. And this one's out of a Grin mare, Grin from Ear to Ear, the Blue Lotus. And she took a 3-year-old record of 56.6 and $22,000 in earnings. And, that second dam is, the man of the hour for me is Tintin in America. I got the old hat rolling that Rod was able to get done for me in quick order, and he obviously needs no introduction. So the mare, the Blue Lotus, is a half sister to Tintin, and obviously a Lazarus colt, and this is the 6th foal out of that mare. So
Lazarus, from you were in Canada when he was over there racing. He was a world stage horse, wasn't he? I think that's the one thing we sell him short. We sort of, that dirty word, colonial, but he's not colonial anyway. He was actually a world stage horse, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. And Jimmy Tactor was the trainer for him over there when he was privately purchased. And, he went head-to-head with McWicked on more than one occasion, and they really exchanged battles throughout the Canadian Pacing Derby and the Dan Patch, and then in Lexington for the which would be the Open Pace. I'm trying to think of the name. It's slipping from me. And actually, Lazarus was parked, if memory serves me correct, he was parked every step of the mile in a 46 mile. So you can imagine the work that he did, and the extra ground that he covered. He didn't win that day. I believe it was McWicked, but just goes to show how tough he was and how well he could sit on the outside. So it was pretty much a down-under type of race for him, sitting on the outside, but he did it in North America.
Yeah, and that's always.
And I should say one thing about the Lazaruses, Paul. They're just starting to trial now the 2-year-olds back in North America, and certainly doing quite well. So
They're not doing quite well. They're going very well, aren't they? They're really turning a few heads, actually.
The next month or two will really tell the tale of, because as everybody knows, it's so easy to get turned off of a sire very early in their 2-year-old careers. But as of right now, he's doing well.
It's an Australian thing, isn't it? This is a great system. I had if they came out in box order, because they're going to come out a little bit ad hoc. It's going to be a little bit hard, but yeah, we're right. I needed that thing to work for me a bit quicker. Again, it would have been easier. The Blue Lotus, there was something that I did notice about, being the Tintin family and a colt, oozes class. And Tintin, like, he believes world-class horses. I mean, he's just a ripping horse himself. So what he's been able to do, the best mare in the world, undersold horse, beautiful horse here too. He's over there with his friendly goat, and that's he's enjoyed himself as he goes. Now we've got another one that is about to come past. And
Mainland Banner.
Mainland Banner. How are we going to go here, Greg? One of us is going to have to find this one very quickly.
So I think it's got to be a needy, if memory serves.
We just need to know the numbers as they come past. It'd be really cool, but we're not going to get that. So just bear with us for a second as we go through these.
Yeah, right here. 76. Sorry, it's a Tintin.
76, that horse is. And we'll...
Speaking of Tintin, this one's by Tintin.
It is by Tintin, is it?
Yes, 76. So it's at a Mainland Banner. I don't think she needs much of an introduction.
No, she doesn't indeed. And... go from there. So she, I'll leave it to you for a sec, mate.
He's a nice colt. He's a very sharp colt, and obviously, you know, being a half brother to Rocker Band, who made over 300,000, was a Group 1 winner. He won the New Zealand Diamond, 51.8, and even I should make a note. Bully Bourne is now, I believe, a 3-year-old.
And he's in the sale here as well, yeah.
Sale, and I think people need to take a good look at him, because he was meant to be an extremely good horse, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. If there was an issue or anything.
We will be getting Pete on a bit later on.
Yeah, we'll get Pete on a little bit later on. He'll be able to touch on that one, because I kind of had high expectations for Bully Bourne.
Yep.
And this is obviously the younger brother here by Tintin. Bully Bourne's by Needy. This is a Tintin, but just to put the family a little more in perspective. I think this horse is going to be a good size when he's all done growing, Paul.
Roger's here. Roger, he's a lovely, I might just get you to come over. Don't worry, you won't be on camera. I'll keep this one. No, come. If you, you can go. Yeah, just hit that red button for me, Greg. So that red flashing in there. Yep, that one. Just hit that. Just lovely, strong little weanling here, Rog.
Yeah, he's a nice, strong weanling. That's exactly what he's like. Good to do anything with. Very sensible, and he looks like a nice horse. I
was going to ask you about, I made a comment just to Paul a minute ago about Bully Bourne. I said when he was trialing, I think he's 3 now, Bully Bourne,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
So when he was trialing at 2 and he went out and raced, I kind of had high expectations. I thought he was going to turn into a superstar.
Yep.
Did something sort of happen?
Yeah, he had a little slight injury.
Okay.
And it was just a slight abrasion of the back fetlock, and it's in turn when we bandaged it, and we got a bandage rub, and he was sort of just behind the 8 ball a little bit more there.
Okay.
So he's just coming back now, and just hopefully he can, take the next step.
How long has he been in work, would you say?
Look, Pete and Rod will probably have to answer that a bit better than I do, but he's had a good 3 or 4 months now, and he's getting wound up now, and he's ready.
He's ready to go.
He's not far.
I will say to that, boys, down the bottom of the page, when you look at the sales catalogue, it'll actually have basically where those horses are. So when we're talking about Bully Bourne, not so much this one, you can go down, and it's terrific what they've been able to do, Roger. It's changing things up really well here. He's been very open and transparent, and this little bloke, I reckon he's probably had enough, Rog.
He looks like he's ready to go back, doesn't he?
He's
out of the paddock anyway.
He's he thinks he's done his parade bit for the day, and he has indeed. And he's done a good job. If you're not careful, you might be pretty close to going on camera now, Roger. No, Roger's pretty smart. That's his hand. People can see his hand. He even got the hand. He got the hand out of it. But Roger, just quickly, good turnout.
Yeah, it's a good roll up. I mean, Mark and the team have turned the weather on. We've had a month.
That was me. That was a Victorian that brought it up. Yeah.
Well, where's the fog and the rain?
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
But no, look, this is the best day we've had for over a month, I think, and the sun's out and people are starting to walk through the door now, and it's been very well promoted.
Every time we look down the driveway, we're seeing more vehicles come in. So. Geez, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
I hope they got enough for the barbecue.
No, I think Mark's got to go get some more sausages.
I think so. Christy's walking past, crossing her fingers. And this is actually a serious first world problem we're actually having here.
We've got all our parkings are around the track. It's only an 840-metre track, but they might be in the paddock shortly.
Yeah, Rod's printing more books, and
we got quite a few people on board. Cody Charles, who's Western Australia, he's been purchasing a little bit lately, so it's good that he's tuned in as well. And we're not going to parade all of them, but we're going to go through a few of them and
fill in a bit of time
and showcase some of them. We'll get, as I said, we'll get some of the guys on. But please,
here, Roger,
if you're there, fire out a question if you want to know it.
Do we know what number this?
What number you got, Cal? Just get some of the tag. Artista Lombo.
Artista Lombo.
Another Lazarus colt.
Another Lazarus colt. Well, they're all in together, so we won't take too much to find them. I could be wrong. There's a few that aren't together, but yeah, there was.
This bloke, he's a brother to 3 winners already. The Mountain, Esther's Rising.
Esther's Rising, then family, yeah.
That
okay.
family.
This is a family, and I know there's already been a little bit of attention.
It's pretty current because is the Mountain the first foal?
No, there's another one out of her that went to Tasmania.
Okay.
The Mountain was the second foal.
And then Esther Rising.
And then Esther's Rising, and then we sold Warrawee Needy at the yearling sales last year.
There it is there, lot number 82. I found it eventually.
But Artista is a modern art mare out of Gloria Lombo, the good Lombo family.
It is, and it's a great family, isn't it, there? And you go back, that's one of these ones, like, look at that Australian 2-year-old filly, and I know it's 3 generations back, 4-year-old and older mare, the just black type all the way through, but also very, very current family as well, so there's a lot of upsides to it. Do you like the Lazarus? How have you found them to deal with?
We find them really good to work with, they want to do it for you, and they're very spirited, and they work with you, but they've also got a bit of spirit about them.
Yeah, definitely.
And this family too, I should say, is because I've seen the Mountain race 100 times, and same thing with Esther Rising. Esther Rising, 55 is a 2-year-old. So the Mountain has a record of 54, and he just recently went to Sydney, if memory serves me right.
Yep.
And but he was certainly a high-end, high-graded horse here at the Riverina. So. The mare herself, it was a nice mare, and she's already produced. So this might be one of those type of weanlings that somebody might be looking to pinhook.
Yep.
Right?
I think there's a few pinhookers. Are you right?
I think they're out fishing.
there's quite a few people, which is great. I think it's exciting that they're actually thinking that way. I think it's something different that Australian Standardbreds haven't done. But to get their heads around, I think it's actually really cool.
Thoroughbreds are big in the pinhooking. Australian in the Standardbreds haven't quite mastered it just yet, but I mean, if we don't keep trying, we won't implement it well.
I've recently been over at the NZB sale, and it was a rage over there for a few years, and there was plenty of people over there keen to get about it and keen to do it. So, I think it's a changing demographic and an exciting one from a stud's point of view. You can get your money a little bit earlier, and then for young people to be able to buy a horse and maybe turn a profit in sort of 6-12 months, all going well. It's not all beer and Skittles. We keep saying turn a profit. It's not all beer and Skittles, but hopefully turn a profit. It's just good for the industry, and the more dollars we can generate, the better it'll be.
There are a few trainers, I should say, that in the last 4 or 5 years in North America that have gone to, we call them mixed sales, so a little bit of everything, commercial mixed
exactly
sales.
What we got here.
Yes, exactly, just like this, but not online. And they're looking specifically for weanlings because they're taking the mentality of, they're looking to find a weanling and pay a lower price, not with the intention of pinhooking, but still just adjusting them until they're ready to come in and for their first prep as a yearling.
Yep.
So that's kind of the business model that they've said, instead of, I'm not going to have to pay a 50% higher premium as a yearling when I can buy it as a weanling.
And we've got Dennis Howe and that here. They're looking at one. Who have we got there? Who have you got there?
Lazarus out of Let Us Escape.
Let Us Escape.
Let Us Escape's the sister to Soho Tribeca.
It's a
Is that an Art Major mare?
It's a tricky name, I know that. We're getting there. It's one of those things. I probably needed the list in front of me. Is this a filly?
A colt.
So I've gone past it. So that's easy enough. We will get there. If we had the list in with the downloadable list, would be a lot easier for us, Greg. But we'll get there. This is how you do things.
We need the tags on.
We need just the actual quick run through. We had everything sorted. I had no audio, and now we've got this going as well. So there it is. There, lot number 81. Rightio. So I'll flick over to that, and it is a rip and breeze. So this is Amarillan. So this is one of these. This is one of those Australian families that I talk about that people just absolutely love.
You've seen Soho Tribeca and Pixel Perfect.
You got Australian Broodmare of the Year current, Amarillan, Australian Broodmare of the Year current. I think they're within the last couple of years. You've got the return to racing of Soho Tribeca. You've got Carla's Pixel, as you said, Birdie Mac. It's a very, very current family that just keeps getting better and better. This mare raced and won. There's only 2 out of that family that haven't been able to race and win. So it's a real eye-opener, but a cracking family. And with the Lazarus Cross.
You got 2 Australian Broodmares of the Year.
Yeah.
So,
but it's actually not...
how often do you see that on one pedigree page?
Well, it's one of those things that in this page here, it is there. If Roger... No, you're right. And hit that red button. He's even getting better at this. Oh, they took him away, unfortunately. After all that, they took that one away. We might
want him back?
We might get him back for the viewers if we wouldn't mind, Rog. But not sure. We'll find out who this one is. Yep, Roger's onto that.
Just gotta see the tag.
75, Greg. If you hit 75, mate, we can get this part sorted. This is there'll be a lot of people looking at this horse too. Don't you worry about that. I don't think this will be the last time this one comes out.
This one is Down by the Seaside Colt out of the Sweet Lou mare, the first foal out of Treasure Me. Obviously, the Adore Me, Have Faith in Me, the list goes on, Paul.
It does indeed. New Zealand royalty. Going to be a well sought after one. This one, I'm sure, it's going to attract a lot of attention. Sweet Lou, 22 individual 2-year-old winners so far this year, Greg. So just doing a magic job on the racetrack, really coming of age, and the cross of Sweet Lou, Better's Delight. That's one of the things that Andrew Grierson and the team at Woodlands was purchased for, so it's a really, really exciting cross. And then you go to the New Zealand royalty with that family of Revere Me and all the rest.
Yeah, Roger, what's your take on this colt? You've seen him more than us.
This colt's nickname's Jack. He's a playful fella. He was a playful horse in the paddock. He's got a great character, good pedigree to match it, and I think he's a very, very nice individual.
Yeah, and this was the first foal out of the mare. The mare is selling in full to Tall Dark Stranger, is that right?
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
What can you tell us about the mare, size-wise and things like that?
The mare is a really nice size mare. She's a good-bodied mare, good head, good-looking mare. As you can see now, I just got a belief that good-looking mares will throw nice, good-looking foals, and this guy's no exception to that rule.
Yeah, and he looks like he's going to be a good size. You can see the length on him already, Paul, and obviously has a lot of growing to do. But at the same time, the Down by the Seaside, I should say, he is right now the leading 3-year-old sire in North America. So he's ahead of Captain Treacherous, he's ahead of Huntsville, he's ahead of American Ideal, he's ahead of Better's Delight. And the favorite for the $1 million North America Cup that's going to take place in about an hour.
This horse here was lot number 83.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Is it Down by the Seaside by the name of Pebble Beach, who was trained by Down Under Noel Daly.
82.
81.
81 it is. I'll get there eventually. How'd I go? There we are. So this is the Let Us Escape. We got it to come back out for us. And lovely. This is a nice colt, isn't he? He's a colt, yes.
Yeah, he's a nice colt. Yep.
Yeah. Stands up over a bit of ground, and a couple of people already had him out of the box. That's how come we nearly missed him there before.
Yeah, but he's had a bit of interest already.
Yeah. It's good the spread of buyers. I actually might grab one as he comes past in a second, Roger. But there's some good people looking around at horses, inspecting horses.
Yep. Yeah. No, we're pretty happy with the roll up.
Do you like this colt, Rog?
Yeah, he's a nice colt. I mean,
You're gonna like them all because we're selling.
Like them all, aren't I?
Yeah.
But you know, they're just good to do anything with. They've been handled. You know, we got them in for the videos, and they were just. There was only one or two of them that were in the naughty corner, but you know these guys were pretty good.
I went around yesterday and did some videos, and they're terrible videos, Greg, because they're too friendly. Most of the horses, they wanted to get all over me, and
they're well trained, they're well handled.
They were a little bit of a handful in that, but very sensible too. I mean, we got speakers in that going, and he's just standing here behaving himself, which is really, really good as well. So, you're right. Roger's going to go.
He's going to grab with somebody to talk to.
We'll let him go that way.
And
I'm going to go back to us very quickly.
You know what, too, is even when we were doing the videos on the weanlings, it's so hard to do, like, leg shots, confirmation shots, because they're weanlings, they're kids.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, just the way that, they stood.
Yeah.
How professional they are.
Yep.
Made my job so much easier because, I'll be honest, anytime we're doing confirmation leg shots on weanlings, you don't know what to expect because, they're just in the early stages of their life.
Yeah, they are indeed, and
I was quite surprised and quite taken back of just their overall presence.
Yeah. Roger's doing about 20 jobs at once. He's actually doing
We got another one over here.
No, that's the same bloke. That's still the lettuce egg scape, so we'll let those ones go. I might see if I can't get Darren Ray's attention when he looks up. He will come over in a second. Good spread of people though.
Oh, it's terrific. I mean, like I said, they're parked around the track now. So,
you enjoying it here in Wagga?
Yeah, it's really good. This is my second winter, if you want to call it winter.
It is winter.
I know, but I still get a bit of a chuckle because it's quite different in a good way. But yeah, no, it reminds me of home in a lot of sense because Australians are very much like Canadians.
Darren, might just get you to jump on that microphone.
Darren can take mine.
Yep, you have a seat for a sec. Come on, Darren. Darren's going to come in. Greg's going to take a breather for 2 secs and just have a quick talk to me. Firstly, mate, you made the long trip here, so did you come down last night?
Yeah, went to Bathurst last night, then come down here this morning and heading home tonight and racing tomorrow.
quite a couple of days.
Yeah, it is.
This is a very important sale, isn't it? That you guys like selling horses. Last year you sold quite a few. How many did you end up selling? What did we do, 20?
Yeah, something like that, nearly 20.
Yeah, last year. You want to get more involved in it. I know you've been looking quite extensively at quite a few of the sales, so it's very it's an essential part. The weanlings here, they're going to create a lot of attention, aren't they?
Yeah, they will make a lot of attention, like the Lazarus and the Down by the Seaside fella. And then you got the Warrawee Needies and stuff like that too. They'll be well sought after.
Yeah, exactly. And the Lazarus is, I'm sure, after what they've been doing just recently on the with the racing in America or qualifying trials in America, that's going to spring a lot of attention. There's not a lot of them around. It's not, we're not hiding any secrets. So that's another part. You got the opportunity of being able to purchase 7 of them here, but they're out of beautiful mares.
I mean, great mares.
That's the best part about them as well. So it's not just that. There's quite a few other sides to that. 96. 96. I'm getting a few things coming up here, but you can't run away too far, Greg. You got to do it. Mare-wise and that too, though. There's a few other reasons for coming here, isn't it? It's not just the weaners.
Yeah, you still got the mares here, and there's a few mares here that are not in foal that you can put them to what you like, and other mares are in foal, and they're very quality mares too here. So it's there's good band of mares here they've got.
Yeah. You here for 5 minutes, or you'll be here for a couple of hours?
Yeah, a couple of hours. We'll keep looking around.
I'm going to come on screen as well, or not?
Probably not.
I like the hair. What's the go with hair? Do we know?
No, don't know.
Lose a bet or?
Yeah, don't know.
Of all the people to pick on hair, I'm not one of them, am I?
Neither am I.
Hey, I've got to be very, very careful with those things. I've had a question come in off the camera, off the feed about the racehorse injuries, and yes, I will. I'll get Peter to join me shortly, and we'll talk about some of those. I've got number 96 is parading behind me, and this is another Lazarus. Well, this is one that a lot of people will be looking at. This is a Lazarus filly, so I actually better get her up and on screen out of Miss Trick and Lombo. Lazarus brings a bit of a different dimension, doesn't he, to the breeding barn as well, though, Darren, being by Bettor's Delight and a champion racehorse himself.
Yeah, he was an absolute champion horse. They're very good types, these Lazarus. So
The one thing I've noticed already, very sensible, like just there, the girls just stopped. People come up and pat them. It wasn't planned at all for any of these horses to be coming out, and they're just standing out here now. This one obviously out of Miss Trick and Lombo. Hopefully might just go for another little walk here in a sec, so people at home can get to see them. But yeah, Rachel Williams asked me there about the racehorse injuries, and Peter will come on shortly, and we'll talk about those as well as we go past. We got one of the other horses going past there at the minute. If you like, Darren, they're more than happy to let you get going, mate, if you want to, and inspect some of these horses. But thank you very much for joining me. I might even catch up with you a bit later on and just see
you better put Snag's really good, but.
Oh, I got no chance of a snags. He wanted me to cook a snag as well as doing all this. I mean, he doesn't ask much, the old MB. I'll tell him.
He said he pays you heaps. He said so you got to cop up.
You got to bring your own. That's the hardest part, but that's okay. That's fine. But no, thank you very much, Darren, for that. You just put that down and it'll be fine. It won't be an issue at all. That is the especially made Lombo. Is the other one here? So that tile is not right. For anyone watching that, I'll just try and find out. The especially made Lombo is lot 900. As it's parading there behind us, I will try and get this. This is another of the Lazarus fillies, especially made Lombo, a troublemaker mare herself who won 300,000 or just shy of 300,000, and of course goes back to that champion family of tailor-made Lombo. She's just going to come back past into the screen right now. Everyone's deserted me. Greg Gangle's like, I'm not going to stand there and keep talking all the time. So they've all deserted me at the minute, but that's not a hassle. This is the especially made Lombo, Greg. It's there on my computer if you like there, ready to go. So another of the Lazarus fillies. And I was just saying to Darren, like he brings a lot of intrigue to the catalogue Lazarus with his pedigree. And now with the fillies going forward, like it's the double dip, you've got, this is a weanling, so you can put through the yearling sales if you wanted. Yep. Or you could also keep it for a broodmare later on.
Well, that's just it, right? You're looking for that residual value, right? This is what kind of...
And with him in that pedigree, it just really, really shakes it right up. I think it's an exciting development, that's going to come in a couple more years.
Yep. And Troublemaker, he's been a pretty good broodmare sire.
Troublemaker was a champion broodmare. He was one of the sought after bloodlines that we're after. And Dennis Howe's going to join me. Dennis is going to jump in and join us as we go along. Hello, Dennis. How are you, mate?
Good,
you got you like these things? Come on, you got to jump over here on camera. You like coming onto camera.
I
so
just said the deal was I didn't have to go.
No, you come in here, and you will be fine. There's not a worry there at all.
Thanks,
Roger, just quickly before I get to Dennis for too much, which number is this one over there? Trick or Treat Lombo. So. Hello, mate. How's it going?
Well, mate. Yep, good.
You put on the day for us, you Wagga people.
Yeah, beautiful. We've had a shocking week, and they've jagged it today. Yesterday wasn't bad, but today's good. Yeah.
I travelled yesterday. I drove through fog until I got within an hour of Wagga, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, the heavens have opened.
No,
so
it's a beautiful day. Good day for it.
Oh, very good. So this is Panorama Sunshine. Do you know what number that one is? 72. We're getting that organised. Exciting sale, mate.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Any horse sale's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, we're a little bit of.
When it's 5 minutes down the road, it's even better.
We're a little bit of junkies, that's for sure. The pair of us, but yeah, as you say, when it's just down the road, it definitely makes it better. There's quite a few here to look at. I'm sure you've watched from afar from time to time, saying you wouldn't mind one of those dams, and you got the chance now to purchase them.
Yeah, for sure. There's some nice horses here. There's no doubt. Rod's got some nice mares, and there's some nice weanlings here. So you'd be silly not to come and have a look at them anyway. Whether we buy them or not is another thing. But yeah, we're certainly down here to have a look.
As a man that has a boutique breeding barn, I think that's the right way to put it, Dennis. You're always trying to improve in that. Young people getting in the game, they've got to start somewhere. These are the sorts of places they should be starting, isn't it? Like to look at these younger horses, these weanlings, and go through them.
Yeah, I reckon this is a real opportunity for young trainers to come and buy a few weanlings, get them going and cash them and go again. That's how a lot of blokes got started.
And with these fillies, get a few runs on the board,
for sure.
And go from there and get that kick of breeding a winner. It's not bad breeding a winner, is it?
Sorry, mate.
Not bad breeding a winner, is it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we had a good
last
night in Melton. Yeah, he's really stepping up, that horse. So hopefully he can go on. We've got a a full sister to him in the sales this year, so that'll be good.
Joe Pace is he's doing a pretty good job too at the minute. He had a double last night, so I mean that's always pretty impressive too.
Yeah, well, that something better. Well, his half sister, she ran third in the other heat, so they'll be both in the final. Delightful Angel. So, but he looks like he could furnish into a nice horse. Joe sort of has been saying that the further he goes, the better he'll get. He reckons he's typical betters, you know. So
Yep.
at age he'll come good. So
Yep.
doing a great job. Super drive last night. James Herbert, he was a great drive.
He goes okay, doesn't he?
He just rated it perfect. Yeah. It's good.
You were watching it through rose-coloured glasses, maybe, but that's okay.
I was, yeah.
You can do those things. I do apologise for this camera. It's actually driving me nuts. It wants to keep flicking in and out of focus for some reason. Goes black, but that's okay. People have been able to see the horses. Good turnout.
Yeah.
Good turnout. Were you expecting this sort of turnout?
Oh, look. Yeah, there's a few here in there. It's good. Yeah, look, I did get a bit of a surprise when I saw the amount of cars here, but gee, people have come from a fair way away. There's Bathurst blokes here, and there's blokes from Sydney and Newcastle. And
I was going to say, Darren's from Newcastle.
It's good, but it's good for Rod too. Like, you know, his idea is to sell the horses, and you'd be silly if you didn't want to come for a drive and have a look at them, I reckon.
Different way of selling horses, the Nutrien, what they've been able to do. They change things right up. I mean, last night we were at the RSL, and people having a few drinks. It was about 15, 20 people turned up.
Yep.
It's sort of bringing back a bit of that fun, if you like, back into the sales thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the last couple of sales, Nutrien sales have been really good for that. You know, there's been good feel amongst the vendors, I reckon, and that sort of went through to the buyers, I think. So yeah, we've got to try and you got to enjoy it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Now, what's his name? Clinton McSwain. You know Clinton McSwain, did?
I know Clinton, yes.
He said at home listening to us. Are the kids pinhooking again is what he's actually fired in one of the questions. Is there any chance in that? I'd say there's possibly a chance, is there?
Yeah, I'd say there's a huge chance, I'd say, but they're pretty hard taskmasters. They
Pinhooking over the years has been a dirty word. There's another 3 or 4 cars coming. This has been a pretty good rollout. I haven't seen too many cars drive out either. So Chrissy Barton's up there cooking the barbecue. I think she's very nervous about the amount of sausages she has or doesn't have, if you like. But something different. But pinhooking in harness racing is a word that I'm mentioning here today because there are so many. I think there's 37 weanlings on offer. How it all works?
Yeah, I reckon it's great. It's a good opportunity for my kids. That's how they've started, you know, and for young ones to get in. You don't have your money out for a long time, so you can come and grab a horse out of this sale where you'll probably pick them up at the end of June. You haven't got them for a long time, you know, as far as breeding, but you can see the horse. Sometimes you might, like some of these horses here, you mightn't pay big money for, but you know, if you get the right product at the sales and get them to fill out right, you might be a chance to make a quid on them.
Is there a trick to it? I mean, you actually bred, I think, this first Sweet Lou to win through the sales because you pinhooked that horse.
Pinhooking, yeah.
Is there a trick to what you look for, like as far as a horse like a stay-in, or like do you look for one that may be going to make it or not make it? Like, does that make sense? Like,
well, look, I think when you're pinhooking, you've got to more go on type a little bit, you know, because you're taking you're thinking, well, gee, I like that horse, and visualise what he's going to be like come sale time. Because a lot of horses get sold at the sales, Paulie, that aren't super well bred, but they're just such a good type.
They walk past and people go, wow, what's that?
What's that horse? And they follow it in the ring, and before you know it, the horse you thought you might have got 10 for, you're getting 25, 30s. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done it where you bought a horse where you didn't have him marked, but you just saw him like. So I think you've got to just look at the horse and like him or her. If it's well bred, it's a bonus, no doubt. Him
or her, does that make a difference when pinhooking?
We like colts because you definitely get a premium on the colts, but there's a couple of nice fillies here we've spotted, like we had marked, and we've looked at both of them, and really nice fillies. We might have caught you looking at one, so you might have been on camera for that one. We might have a little dabble at one of them, maybe. I don't know. The fillies are good. Well, the thing is, the couple of fillies we looked at are pretty well bred, so that if you did take them to the sales and didn't get what you wanted, you try them, and they're well worth breeding out of. Like most of those good mares Rod's got are definitely worth breeding out of. Yeah, and that's as back to you with that boutique and being able to, I suppose, get more and more as you go through. That's sort of one of the more exciting parts about it. Yeah, but anyway, no, it's good.
It is indeed, mate. Rightio. Well,
Thank you very much.
no, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for putting on this beautiful weather here. Don't forget, we're here live at Yirrebee, so please fire in some questions. I'm going to try and capture someone's attention and get hold of Peter. Rachel Williams asked there before about a question. We've got quite a few people watching, so don't be scared to fire in the word. If it's going, but Rachel Williams, I'll definitely try and find Pete. We'll get one of the boys in a sec to grab him, and he'll come over and start talking to me a little bit about the racehorses that are on offer and the injuries. And there's a couple others there that have got the injuries going forward. So I just need to get the guys' attention. Don't forget though, if you're keen to get involved with this sale, and I've just got to find, I think it's this one here. We'll go to that. Yes, the open day. So this is the Yirrebee open day today, obviously Sunday the 19th of June, going through to about 2 o'clock. Whether the live stream goes through to 2, we'll wait and see. We've still got quite a few people on board who are watching and fire questions in. So please fire your questions in. The more questions you have, the longer we will go. We've got quite a few still to showcase. So we'll definitely be going for another hour or so, but we'll try and get hold of Pete for some of these horses. The trick is though, make sure you register this week. So from all this next week coming, contact the guys. It's easy. Follow the links on the website. The website is there underneath me the whole time there. So that's the nutrienequine.com.au website. Make sure you follow that. Go to the Yirrebee sale, and then you'll be able to register for a bid card, and then that will take you onto the Auctions Plus, so that you're all organised and ready with plenty of time to go before the end of the sale. So make sure that you do that. Get registered, and then view these horses online. Get in touch with the guys. Get in touch with Mark or anyone else like that. The guys are asking me for a coffee. Now, I'm okay for a coffee. Could we get Pete? Could you find Pete for me? So the guys are going to get Pete for me, Rachel. So if you just bear with me for a minute or two, Peter will come and we'll start talking about some of these tried horses and the race horses that are going through. This is the Blue Lotus. So the horse behind me will be the Blue Lotus, who's going back out there as well in a minute. So I did see this horse before. Takes a little bit of juggling, or I just need to get one more computer would be handy. What I'll actually do, I think if I go this way, bear with me, this is Campbell's comments. Anyone that's watched Campbell's comments before will know that it does get a little bit ad hoc from time to time, but proudly brought you today by Nutrien and here at Yirrebee. And as I said, the guys here in Wagga in New South Wales have really put on a day for me. Just trying to find what number the Blue Lotus is as it's out the back there. They're parading for me. I might actually just be able to swap that card. Yeah, Greg, if you want to come back in, by all means. I'm quite happy for you to come back in, Greg. Greg Gangle, I'm pushing all these buttons. If you talk into one. If just talking to one, and I'll tell you which one it is. And he's right to go. Very, very good. There is definitely still a good turnout. This is a Blue Lotus, Greg. I was just trying to find out which number he is, which I can't find at the minute. I do know it's here somewhere, but we've had it out a couple of times, this horse, which is pretty exciting for.
I thought he was it a Lazarus colt?
I'm not sure. They say dead air is no good, but right at the minute they're going to get it. But I think you're right. I think it is a Lazarus colt, and I think we better go back to that one. So and go from there. Rod's run around handing out hats. That's exciting for a few people. So
I got my Tintin hat made.
I can't actually find this horse after all of this.
The Blue Lotus?
Oh, there it is, number 83.
83, yeah.
So we'll switch back over to that little horse there, and we'll actually...
This is the Grin from Ear to Ear mare. That's right.
Yeah, we did not long ago. So
the Tintin family.
It's one of those ones that if you're keen on this horse, that there's a few people getting it out to look at it too, Greg, which is always exciting. And just had Dennis on there, and he's excited about pin hooking, and he sort of gave away a few of his little keys. They're not always that keen on the fillies, but the fillies here, the double whammy with that residual value is very, very exciting, mate.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Lazaruses are selling themselves, at least overseas at the moment. So, that could certainly translate down here as well. So, it's amazing this time of year of the stage of where they're at now compared to where they're going to be at when they sell, and a lot of it. I think you're seeing a lot of breeders paying more and more attention to what happens.
I apologise for that. I actually had that on the wrong camera shot. Sorry.
In North
Sorry,
America.
mate. We had your back and everything. I apologise for that.
Oh, sorry. I thought when I turned around, we were.
This is actually what happens. You
But
don't.
I think
as
we're
said-
seeing a lot of Australian breeders paying attention to what's happening overseas, right? So we're seeing the first crop of the Stay Hungaries. We're seeing the first crop of the Lazarus's debuting right now. So I think that's going to, it's going to be a trend that continues.
No.
Here comes Pete.
Yeah, Pete's going to come in and join us. So Rachel Williams has fired for a question. He's looking excited, don't you reckon?
He looks thrilled
Hey,
to come on camera.
the endeavour that he's striding out really, really strong there. Jump in here, Pete. Don't stress over that.
He's hoping his phone rings.
I hope you got the phone on silent. We're going to go back for anyone that's got their catalogues at home. We're going to go back pretty much to the start. That actually jumped out of the one that I actually wanted. And we're going to go through the first. Firstly, Pete, a little bit of a background with yourself, your role here, if you like, at Yirrebee.
Yeah, Paul, just been here for the last sort of three and a bit years now, and my role here with Rod, just work along with Rod, working a few of the racehorses, and I'll sneak off to the races every now and then when I can get a chance, but fill up, do a bit of the maintenance and stuff around the farm. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm at.
Racehorse wise, driving, getting a few winners.
Yeah, having a bit of luck. We're getting a few winners, so it's having a bit of luck.
It's enjoyable. I'd say there's a bit of sweet being behind the microphone here with me at the minute. Like big change, but with change comes opportunity too. So you never know what's around the corner.
Yeah, that's right. You never know what's around the corner. So just take it as it comes. You can't get too stressed.
No, you don't seem to. As long as you get there in order. So Rachel Williams fired in a question. We're actually going to go through these in numerical order, if you like. We'll start it off at the start. But please, anyone has any questions about any of the racehorses, get in and put them onto our line right now. I'm just trying to catch my Facebook up. Sorry, guys. Please excuse me for a sec, just as I can keep up. There we are now. So we've got those. So we'll just start. We'll go through from the top, Rachel. But please, anyone out there, fire the questions through. I'm not sure what's going on with my Facebook page. I'm not sure if I'm getting that come through. So I apologise to people. Hopefully they are. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Lot number one, Captain Lombo. Now, please, when you're reading these catalogues, be aware. Top at the bottom of each page, there is what's going on there. This horse here, lot number one, Captain Lombo. It's got tendon, currently in rehab, so he's recovering. So whereabouts is this bloke at?
That's right, Paul. He's been out for, I believe, since December, so he's had close to 12 months out now. He had a tear in his tendon, so he actually made it to the trials just before he just done his tendon. So he had a green trial, and he actually won his green trial in about 2.8, 2.9, I believe. Home in about 30, so he's done a little bit, and he's had about his 6 months off now.
So a green trial for people overseas or that watching, that pretty much just educational, not an official. You can't qualify, you can't get your barrier tickets.
No, that's correct. He's just had a unofficial trial, which I believe on Harness Racing New South Wales the results are up. But it's just a trial where you go around and you do a lap or two behind the mobile and have a look. It's pretty much your first outing.
Yeah, it's very good. We've got Jamie Hogan actually tuned in there and watching. He's a lovely bred horse. Like built-wise, what's he built like?
Yeah, he's a lovely type of horse. He's, probably 15, 1.5 hands. He's a lovely, clean going horse. He's clean, good action, good to work with. So, I think if he made it back from his injury, he'd be a nice horse to have.
Very good. There's another one parading behind us, but we're just going to concentrate on these race horses just for the time while I got Pete with me. Lot number two is an unraced, another gelding here by Some Beach Somewhere. This is a half brother to Captain. This bloke is Woody Lombo, and unfortunately, again, he has had a screw put in his left central tarsal bone. So, what's the prognosis with him?
He's back in full work at the moment. Now he's had 6 months off after his operation. Now he's a big raw horse. He's got it seems like he's got his own fair share of ability. So he's probably only 3 to 4 weeks off having a first trial.
Oh wow!
So he's up and going. And for that owner to maybe being a bit interested in him, he's probably only 3 or 4 weeks away. So yeah, he's going pretty well.
Geez, that's exciting for people watching at home and watching this sale and going there. Jamie Hogan, Oh, he's only after a hat. I thought he was going to offer us something entertaining, Jamie. He used to work here, Jamie did, so I wasn't sure what he was going to give us, but no, he's only after a hat. There's a few out of this family. It's a family that Rod's been pretty keen on too, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty great family. Trick or Treat's first foal out of Miss Tricken, I believe. So Miss Tricken doesn't need any introducing, that's for sure. But being Sun Beach out of a Rock and Roll Heaven mare, I'm sure he's got the breeding behind him.
No, definitely. Lot number 3 is an unraced 3-year-old gelding by Caribbean Blaster out of just a sensational mare in rarefied air. This hasn't got any injuries or anything that I can see. He's just taking his time.
He's just taking his time. He was a very late foal, and he got broken in and just put out. He wasn't a very big horse, so we turned him out. He had his second prep. And at the end of his second prep, he worked home in about 64 last half. So he's rolled along a little bit. He's been out since March, so he's probably nearly ready to come back in and, have a go.
So how long out in the paddock?
He's had close to, since March.
Oh, so not that long.
So
he wouldn't take that long to bring back up.
No, that's right. That's he's probably wouldn't take him all that long to get back in work.
Yeah, and as you said, they're a big horse. Our Millionaire. I was talking to Roger last night about Our Millionaire, and he's just a sensational horse. He really is. So to be able to pass one for those. Rachel Williams, Temperaments of the Warrawees. We might get to that in a. She's written good. So yep. We'll find out a bit more about his temperament, and that I'll talk to Roger a little bit later on with Warrawee if you like, and go from there. But your dealings with them, just quickly?
Oh yeah, they're terrific to do anything with. They really want to work with you. They just want to be your mate.
Yeah,
makes life a lot easier.
It always does indeed. That is for sure. Lot number 4 is Mr. McKendry. He's had the 5 starts, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. In full work, but has bowed a tendon. Is that how I read that?
Yeah, that's correct. He at the end of his 2-year-old preparation, he was probably a little bit unlucky not to win his 2-year-old. He's just kept striking one that may have been just a little bit better than him. But I think in his last or second last start, he ran second to, I believe, Blazing Banner, which I think had won 5 from 5 at the time. And he's probably one of my little favourites. He's a real speed horse. So it was a bit of a shame he didn't pick up his 2-year-old, but he's back in full work now. Everything looks really sweet with his leg, and has been pretty well smooth sailing with him since. And he's been back in work since April, so he's probably 2 to 3 weeks away from a trial.
As well, yeah, and the tendon looks good.
Looks really, really good.
Of course, we can't say he'll stand up or he won't. We're not silly. Anyone that's had a horse that's had a tendon and all the rest. But this is why I got you on here. I thought, well, we'll make sure we cover off on these so people know where they are and where they're at. Billy Bourne. Now, this is a horse that Greg Engel's very keen on. He's been giving him a fair rap, actually, to say the least. This is his number one of the race horses. Had a back fetlock operation, and then it says on. So I'm not sure about that, but you might be able to.
To be honest, I'm not all that sure what it says. Just operated on. I'm guessing.
Okay, but nothing. Okay.
But this bloke, he's in work. He's probably about the same stage as a few of these. He's not that far off having a trial. He showed he's got a fair bit of ability in his first few starts. So he won his first start, and I think
it was an impressive win his first start too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He's a big horse. He's raw, and I think a little bit more time, a bit more racing, he might take that next step.
Was he a victim, I suppose, of the old dreaded new rating system? Effectively, once you win that race, you're out the back and you've got to give everyone a bit of a start? Yeah,
not so much that, but probably after him winning his first start, it was probably around the same stage as the Breeders' Challenge heats. And we probably put him in against some really nice horses. And
threw him in the deep end.
Yeah, and he was racing really well. And
Rightio, Greg's excited. I might have to get him back on the hat. Might have to get the hat ready for him. But Tintin, we're going to have a parade of Tintin in a minute too, which will be something different. You might have to talk through that. And do they bring the goat up when they parade him or not?
He might have a choice.
He might too. So, which is key. There's a good turnout of people, isn't there, when you look around and have a look around. So he's a nice horse to go on with. and people will be able to have a bit of fun with him. Hopefully,
Yeah, I believe so. He's a nice horse. He's great to do anything with, and he's got that good gate speed, what everyone sort of likes as a driver. I like having a good gate speed and that good turn of foot. So
I tend to agree with you. I think it's very, very important in this this industry. Lot number 6 is unraced, but is called Captain Bob Lombo, another Captain Treacherous. We don't have to speak too much about the Captain Treacherouses at all. As I see it, Lombo, who is actually for sale as well here. This horse also bowed a tendon, currently in rehab.
Yeah, he's currently in rehab as we speak. I believe they had a fair rap on him when they had him going early as a 2-year-old, and then he did do his tendon. So he's been in rehab since. He's probably had a good 6-7 months now. He had a flare-up with cellulitis, which if most people don't know if cellulitis is, it's just an infection between the soft tissue and the skin. But he's got over that, and I was just looking at him down there then. He's a lovely looking animal. He's a real athletic type, and he looks like a racehorse.
Treacherous are, aren't they?
Yeah, most of them do. Yeah.
They actually throw to that exciting sort of stage. I didn't realise I had that up the whole time. You could have told me that one. You've got to be able to watch all these things. So, I've got everything going. Don't worry about that. I have buttons everywhere. Sometimes I have too many. Lot number 7. Interestingly named Strutty. I'm sure some people can get it a little bit mixed up. This horse is currently racing in on Tuesday night. They looked after you Tuesday night, last and second last race, but
nice
is
sure.
5 starts, a second and a third, but will win a race. Could even nearly win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, he's been going really well. He was probably a little bit unlucky. He didn't win last start actually, and he's a big raw horse. He's a bold going horse, and he's starting to find his feet, and I think he's going to get a little bit better with a bit more age about him and a few more starts. So he's going really well.
All jokes aside, anyone that's looking to see when that horse is actually racing, he will be racing on. It's 8 o'clock. Like I did say, it's late, but it's actually 8:30. So it's not a late night. So please don't tune in at 10:30 and think you're going to be able to sit there and watch it, because that won't happen, unfortunately. But that'll be the thing. Got a bit of a future. He's got some lovely pedigree behind him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got the breeding behind him. He's out of a Mach 3 mare, and the mare's out of credit. So it's a terrific family. There's plenty of winners down the page. One
of Rod's favourite stallions in River Khan is the sire of lot number 8, and this is a 2-year-old gelding in full work out of Lombo Mona Lisa.
Yeah, this bloke here is actually River Khan's last foal. So
he is he?
He's the last of the line. Out of a mare that's left a few winners. So he's in full work. He's probably really only a month off having a trial. He's going pretty good. His last work here, which is only on Thursday, I believe. Is it Thursday or Friday? And he's got home in 30 and a half there. So he's doing things pretty well.
For people sitting at home listening and watching, 840 metre track. It's not an overly big track at all.
No, it's probably the track here. It's got good straights on it, but the turns are a little bit tight. But it's we sort of use the heavier carts, and the track's a sand base. So so it can be pretty.
I'm going to throw you under the bus for a second, mate, because the goat has come with him. So we're just going to quickly talk about Tintin. No, you're right. You can see that you're not in the shot at all. But here's Tintin. He's a bit of a favourite here at the farm, isn't he?
Yeah, that's for sure. He's a lovely horse, and he's doing a terrific job in the breeding barn.
A lot of people ask about the stallions, but they have got homes. They will be announced at time, but some might be staying here and some might be moving on. But people are worried about them, but they have actually found some homes. I think Pocket Watch has made his way up to Queensland.
Yeah, he's up to the sunny state. I'm sure he'd be enjoying that. That's for sure.
I'm sure he's absolutely loving it, and he still looks a treat. And he's just done an amazing job. This horse, very heralded stallion, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's actually happy. He's actually happy to show.
With himself.
I was going to say he's happy to show off. He's like, hey, everyone's here looking at me, and that. So I mean, we will keep it up. I'll just see if I can't zoom in onto the goat, who does come, but it's a stable favourite. But because there's sausages getting cooked just over the side, the goat's pretty happy just to go over there. But you can see the goat just down there in the side, and pretty keen. It's pretty unique. It's not an overly big yard. A lot of the American horses don't like big yards. There he is. He's coming out to see his mate now. But yeah, and the goat and him, they reside together and they enjoy each other's company, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. I think Tintin would be a bit lost without him, to be honest. They're best mates, and he's pretty protective of him.
He is indeed, and it was good to catch up with him. And thank you very much, Roger, for doing that. I think that's the sort of thing we're trying to do here today, is just do things a little bit differently. The old boy might want to come on to the camera behind us, but he's not at the minute, so that is all good. We covered off on number 8, the last of the River Carns. Right. There's a couple of the few people are going to be asking about. We're going to start getting to these. This is one of the first ones with Carly Denise Lombo. She herself is better. It's Delight Mare, so that's where you're going to get a few people asking straight away. 36 starts, 4 wins, and $30,000 in stakes, but had a knee operation, doubtful to race.
Yeah, that's right. So she had a knee operation a couple of months ago. So, there's a chance there that she may race, but it's probably not. She's probably more of a future as a broodmare now.
Just looking at her out the back there, because she's just not actually that far behind us to be able to see. Lovely type of mare.
Yeah, she's a lovely type of mare. She was going really well her last few starts. I think she's unlucky she didn't win one in the last couple of starts there, but she's got a really good high speed for betters. She's obviously out of that Miss Tricken family. Great attitude. Yeah, she's a nice mare.
I should have the picture on the camera. The goat says there is no chance. There is people. There is sausages. There is no chance I'm going back with him. He can babysit himself now. I think Roger might have thought it was a good idea. He's going to regret it. He'll regret it now if he hasn't got enough on. So doubtful to race. But as far as scope as a broodmare, she's a good size, stands over a lot of ground, so it's going to be very, very exciting. The goat might want to come on screen with us, so no, he's not interested. He's not interested at all. Courage of Lombo is a Courage Under Fire, which is exciting. I've got a big circle here. There you can see Bonsell Benjamin just down a couple of generations in the family. So as far as a broodmare goes, this one is very, very exciting. She also has got a knee injury, and I'll let you talk your way through that.
Courage of Lombo. Yes, no, she is. She's raced. She's racing at the moment.
Oh, she is she?
Yeah. She only raced on last Tuesday. Courage of Lombo.
Oh, yep. Sorry, but may have suspended suspensory tear.
So what happened? She raced and was probably a little bit unlucky. She didn't win on Tuesday. She was in the same race as Strutty, and just ran up the back of him and didn't really get a chance. But she's been an improver. Every time she steps out, she gets better. Which I suppose that's just been because she hasn't done a lot. Now she come back after she raced on Wagga on Tuesday and just had a swollen suspensory.
Yep.
And we got her checked out on the Thursday, scanned at the CSU on the 16th. And they couldn't find anything, so we just believe it might have been a little bump or she's jarred up or she's knocked herself in the box. But she's every day the puffiness and the swellings come out. And
that is key. So people need to be aware these catalogues were printed and the printed catalogues were done. So at the time there was that uncertainty.
Yeah,
so that's
right. So
that's where it's really exciting about this.
In the mint of where the catalogues were printed and what was happening at the time.
And so since scanned good, so you guys are going
to... she's pushing on. She'll be probably in next week.
She'll be in next week?
Maybe.
Right, yeah, good as gold. Well, there's a real turn up for the book, so we'll make sure I'll be reiterating that all week as well, so that people are aware of that. So that's a Courage Under Fire filly out of Lombo Lafifi, who was a champion mare herself. Don't need to speak too much about her. We will be talking about some of the mares a bit later on, but very, very key update that on lot number 10, that we'll be continuing to race and go from there. Under Fire Lombo, lot number 11, one at Wagga, going 157.2, which is terrific. I didn't actually write the date when that actually had happened, but it's had a knee operation by Jim Vasey, and is due to come back roughly about the start of October.
That's
November.
Right.
Sorry.
She was a filly with just pure speed, and she's still got it. We hope. When she won there in 57, it was bucketing down rain, and I think we had about 20 mil that day, and she got home in 54.3. And just come from last, and she's a filly with a bit of future if she comes back with that knee. Yep,
well that's exciting. So what's the prognosis? Like, what's the thoughts? Will make come back?
There's a chance that she'll definitely race. That's the main aim with her, that's for sure. Obviously there is always uncertainty, but they said 6 months in the paddock, and bring her back. She'll be fine.
Very, very good. That is lot number. We're up to 11. We've still got a few to get through, haven't we? Now we've got one here, an unraced one. Tintin Magic. We just saw Tintin in America parade and show everyone what he's up to. This horse is unraced, but it has been named. Yep. Of course, out of the mare, traces back to Lombo Pocket Watch, which we just spoke about there before as well. But this horse gone sore in the knees.
Yeah. She's actually had 3 trials this one, and she's a winner of 2. She had a green trial and 2 official trials. So she's been out and had a look. And she's got her fair share of ability. She probably just come to the end of her prep, and she was probably just feeling something somewhere, and she probably just had enough of that prep. So she's been in the paddock for about 6 weeks now, and I'm sure in a couple more weeks' time she'll be right to come back.
Structurally, nothing wrong. Just one of those ones that to go through and
just a lot of horses, like most trainers know, and things like that. They get to a point where they do feel pain, and like most humans and athletes, don't you?
And here in New South Wales, quite often we complain, I suppose, if you like, about the hardness of tracks and the like. You guys had a very, very wet year, if you like, which still can cause about some of these injuries and a little bit of the oddities that you've thrown up there.
That's right. It's been a bit of a weird year, to be honest with you. It's been very wet, and so we've had a bit of inconsistencies in the tracks and stuff like that. So it's been one of those things. You
don't worry about the big fella there. He's okay. No. He gets nervous enough when I throw the camera on him. It's just when he points a finger at you, you got to worry about it. But other than that, he's okay. Look, and he's just taking everything in. We haven't even got him we haven't given him a microphone, and I won't either. So he's fine. It's Mark Barton if anyone's talking about it. Right, lot number 13. There is going to be a lot of interest in this filly for a start by Courage Under Fire. So that's a tick out of the troublemaker mare. So that's another tick in Lombo Lafifi. Another tick. One start for a very nice third, nice to good third, but looked to me very green, a lot more improvement. Yeah. Although did everything,
she's done everything really right. Well. She's probably always had a little bit of presence about her since the day we broke her in. So she's been one of those fillies that she's probably never been the most, I suppose, talented one early on, but she's just done everything so easy. And every time we've asked her to step up, she's stepped up. She's pretty early in her preparation still. She hasn't done all that much. She's had a couple of trials, and the other day was her first start. So she's going around on Tuesday night. And I think she's improved a lot from her start the other day. She come back, she had a good blow, and she's trained on well. So I think, I think she'll go pretty good this week.
It was interesting that race too, because your leader and your second horse, from what I can gather, may have reversed positions the week before, and then the rest of you guys were in single file. There was one horse actually that was giving someone a hard time. I remember that. It was actually bred by the Johnson boys. Yeah. They'll tell me off for that later on. But it was just a little bit of, I suppose, of a pedestrian run, but you got around one of the other horses that had a couple of starts as well, and she finished off quite nice.
She finished off really well. She finished off real strong. I believe her last 400 was about a 27 quarter. So, for a filly that's stepping out on Wagga for her first time and hasn't really done a lot of work and probably has been thrown into the deep end a little bit too. Racing those two that have been proven and been going really well too. So she went really well.
And you didn't punish her?
No. Look, I knew she tries. She tries really hard. So I knew what she was giving me, but I wasn't going there to flatten her, that's for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. I think she's got a good chance. So she's in the last race, 8:30. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Wagga.
Or too much.
Yeah, but definitely at Wagga, Tuesday night. Wagga on Tuesday night. Don't forget, if you're watching this live feed, get involved. Jamie Hogan sent through his picks. We might have to try and get him to pick less than more. Like he's got a big budget, Jamie Hogan. So he's unfortunately left. He's a colourful character though, Jamie. He's a bit of fun. So I was looking forward to having an interview with him, but he's moved on. Lot number 14, 2-year-old filly out of. Oh no, she's by Sweet Lou herself, sorry, out of Better Dreams. Yep. Better Dreams is a Better Delight mare. A lot of people are going to be a lot of intrigue. Graham Hand, this gentleman right here, he actually owns a share in Street Hawk, that second dam, and earmarked this horse for the West Australian Derby. There's a lot of talk.
Right.
The Bonds have purchased this horse, and that's where his main target is next weekend.
Yeah, right.
I believe, and Graham, good luck to you with that. Real lot of intrigue now with this horse as well, and a terrific family.
Yeah, no, great family. Sweet Lou out of that Betters mare, and she was such a terrific mare herself. So yeah, this filly here, she broke in really well. Very light on her feet, beautiful moving horse. She's only really ran up for 800 metres, and she's worked home in a 32 quarter here, and doing it very easily. So she's currently just been put out into the paddock. She's had about 6 weeks off now, and coming back in, should be exciting to come back into work. That's for sure.
She has a double whammy because of the broodmare potential as well. Sweet Lou, what he's doing, as I said there before, I think he's had 22 individual 2-year-old winners this year alone. So he's just
going great.
Down the bottom here. A couple of the notes. She's had 2 preps. That part there. One pass and slightly bigger than the other.
Yeah.
That's just her makeup.
That's just her makeup. She's had it from from an early age. As far as I've known her anyway. She's been around here, so she's always had that. Just one little bit bigger than the other, and she's never gone sore or showed any soreness in it, so I'm sure it won't affect her.
No. Now, it says here as well, and I don't expect you to comment too much on this, Yirrebee owns 60%. I can tell you that effectively the horse is for sale. There is 2 other people that own the other 40%. They have the option of purchasing her as well on an even playing field, but obviously they won't have to pay the 100% of what the sale price is. So that is one of those things that will come up. Myself and Mark Martin will, I suppose, get across that a little bit more. I might even get Bardo on in a little while, and we'll elaborate a little bit more on that. But that is how that'll work. So 100% of the horse is for sale, not 60%. But if the other guys aren't happy with the price, they may purchase her back and go from there. So just a little bit of clarity on that, and I think it just makes it clear. And I must say, these notes at the bottom, just go, as I said, go to the Nutrien Equine. I'll actually change the studio one. We'll go to that one, nutrienequine.com.au, and you'll be able to see that all the time. Lot 15, unraced 2-year-old filly by Tintin in America, as we saw, out of the Ripon mare. This is a real New South Wales family, this one. We own a Sassy.
Yeah, she's a great family, isn't it? She's a nice big filly, really big filly. Looks like a nice 2-year-old. She broke in well. She ran up the last half in about 7, and she's been turned out. That was her first prep.
Yep.
So she's had about 6 months off now.
Yep.
So she's due to come back in, and full steam ahead with her, I'm sure.
It's a real Brian Hancock family, and some people will tell me I'm wrong, but my thoughts and memories of Brian and those teams are they were never 2-year-olds. Like, they may have raced as late 2-year-olds, but never early 2-year-olds.
Well, with the season changing now and everything like that.
There's no rush.
There's no rush for them. You can bring them in as a late 2-year-old and still aim for your 2-year-old bonus and early 3-year-old bonus, So, but she, just being that Tintin out of that family, she's, a lovely pacer, clean going, So I just believe she feels like a 2-year-old that would be able to run.
Yep. So you give her a chance,
Yep.
and it's been in the paddock since January. Did I see that down the bottom?
Yeah, been in the paddock since January.
Yep.
So she's had a fair time off.
Lot
6 months.
Lot 16 is a Warrawee needy filly out of Ultimate Dola, who is an Ultimate Falcon mare herself. She's had 5 live foals, 4 have raced, 3 of those have won, and a couple of those have won nice races as well.
So this filly here is a full sister to the one we talked about earlier, Mr. McNeedy. He was probably a little bit unlucky to win his 2-year-old, but she broke in really well. She's probably about the same stage with Weona Sassy, who we just talked about. She broke in really nice. She was working with her last half in about 7, 6.5, 7. First prep, she's a clean goer, good attitude. I think that's a bit of the needy coming out in him. He really stamps that into most of them, and I think she's ready to go on too. Yep,
and they were working together, so they're spelling together.
Yep.
They probably come back together.
They'll come back together. That's how we sort of try and pair them up and work them together.
It's a great way of actually doing it. Needy's Rocking is an unraced Warrawee needy. I'm going to go with 2-year-old. I think.
Yeah, she's a 2-year-old.
Yes, she is. Yep. What can you tell us about this one?
She went through the Sydney APG sale last year and passed in, brought her home, broke in really good. She's probably just on the smaller size, so we broke her in. We let her roll along, and she's been out since April. So
only a short spell. Yep.
In and out. So she's probably she's due to come back in, and
Who's that one?
That's Warrawee Needy.
That is Warrawee Needy. So if we can find Roger, because that was one of the questions. So we'll stop at the minute on lot number 17, but I'm going to got to flick me cameras around. I might actually just go back to that one, but we'll just see if we can't get Roger's going to come. Might just get you to jump on that, Rog, just for a sec, because one of the questions we've had. Pete, I think Pete's happy to have a change of microphone for a sec. I think he's quite happy with that, Rog. No, you're right to go. Yep, you're right to go. One of the questions that was asked is about Warrawee Needy and his temperament. So while he came in here, we've been talking about the racehorses, and there's a few of them by him, but his own temperament, Rog?
Oh, he's the gentleman. He's the cool dude. You know, he just have a look in there. He just takes everything in his stride, and you'll go and have a sausage sandwich and have a look around. And no, he's a pretty cool dude. He's
a big horse, isn't he? Like
he's a big, strong horse. And
yeah.
Like you have a look at him and you think, oh, look, he'd be an older horse or something like that. But he was actually a sensational 2-year-old himself.
Well, he was a Canadian 2-year-old of the year.
Canadian 2-year-old of the year, and I mean, he retired the fastest horse in the world when he retired. So his longevity of racing was just outstanding. He's just, look, not much worries, the big fella.
No, and it's good to see. I actually like the fact that he just sparked up that little bit just then, if you like, because quite often people say, "Oh, he's just too quiet" and all the rest. He's got it. He's just a professional.
But you know, Pete can probably tell you as well. You know, the Needies, they do fire up once they get leave home and go on the track. You know, they don't know they're there to do the business.
He's a lovely big horse. So hopefully that's a good little bit of insight. I think it was Rachel Williams. We had a few questions asking about her, and once he came out, I thought, well, it's a great opportunity to be able to showcase him there. So I really do appreciate you coming on there and giving me that. Pete thinks he's off the hook, but he's not, Roger. He's got to keep coming back because we want to go through all of these horses. But he's doing a great job with them.
No, he goes pretty good, Pete.
He's happy. He's happy about it.
I reckon he's found his forte in front of the camera.
I noticed he took the sunglasses off there too. He's like, I've got to see the eyes, and
he goes pretty good.
Yeah, and go from there. But he's a beautiful old horse. Right, we'll let him come back on, and please, any other questions, we'll try and fill them as best we can. You got to keep going through there. I was actually wondering which one did we finish on? We finished on lot number 17. Yep, we did.
Yep.
We're up to lot number 18 now, which is the unraced 2-year-old filly out of Warrawee Needy, out of one of the great families, Rarefied Air. Rarefied Air is, of course, it goes back to rich and elegant, and it's just a who's who of the racing. What can you tell us about this 2-year-old filly?
Yeah, this filly, she was probably broken in a little bit late, just due to we had so many. She's been out for about 5 weeks now, so this has been her first prep. And she just stepped up really quick. She's a very quick improver. Just everything we asked her to do, she just took it in a stride and quickened up. So she's a big raw filly, and you know she's worked up in a 32 quarter, doing it pretty easy. So she's probably due for a nice little spell and come back in a couple of weeks' time, I'm sure, or a month's time, and have another go.
Yeah, that's a good wrap. Thank you for that, Pete. You're not getting out of it back here because there was a couple of other mares, and I'm not sure exactly where they were, that young mares that both had injuries. You're going to be able to find them probably quicker. Yeah. I was talking to Rod last night. There is, here we go. So lot number 60.
So 68, Mainland Magic.
Oh, yep, so 68. So if you go to lot 68, yeah, so what can you tell us about that one while I go and try and find the page, eh?
Yeah, she's filly that, she's not in foal at the moment, but she's just been retired from the racetrack. She raced as a 3-year-old. I think she had about 9 or 10 starts. Maybe she won one and a couple of seconds, a couple of thirds. So she was never far away. She's out of Mainland Banner, as most people would know her. So her broodmare perspective, it's terrific opportunity, that's for sure.
Yep. So, but she's pretty much
pretty much a broodmare now.
Now we've got a new the lot 69. Yep.
Don't mind, Paul.
No, definitely go your hardest.
To her, like, she only had 10 starts, but she raced in 2 Group 3s. She raced in the True Blue final and the Breeders' Challenge final over in the regional. So, she was probably always against some of the better age group in New South Wales, that's for sure.
And one of the other notes you've written there is never seen the best in her. So, that's your own thoughts.
That's my own thoughts. Just probably never really got to see the best of her.
Yeah, and it's a terrific family. So it's a unique opportunity there for people. Rachel Williams, you're more than welcome, and please, other people, Cody Charles, you want to fire a question, you might go your hardest, but anyone wants to fire questions in, please do. Lot 69 is a 2-year-old filly. She's got an injured shoulder. Tintin in America out of Lombo Madeline Miss.
Yeah.
Now, one of these, Rod wasn't sure about, so you'll tell me, but this one is retired?
This one here, you could probably, she's potential to make it.
Yep.
That's for sure. We had one with a similar injury and raced.
Yep.
And won races.
Yep.
So this one copped a kick when she was a foal in the paddock, and she's just got a larger shoulder than the other one. She broke in really well. She probably broke in as good as any of the ones that have gone on and raced. And she just seemed to go a little bit sore in that shoulder, so we tipped her out and thought it might be better just to leave her out, due to we had a lot of numbers at the time.
So it's one of those ones, it says there injured shoulder and the likes, which she has, because she's got an aggravation to it, but it's not actually technically an injured shoulder. It's more, by the sounds of it, a little bit of the time that you guys didn't have, and you just saw it, so you thought, well, we'll just give her a bit more time.
Yeah, that's correct. And, there's probably a pretty good chance that she could race.
And then the next one was lot number 70, which was out of Icy River by Warrawee Needy, and she herself has had a leg injury, which I'm not sure on that one.
That's correct. She went same thing, just a paddock accident when she was young, and she's just got a leg jammed in an awkward position and has taken a fair bit of that soft tissue off around her leg. So she's got a little bit of scarring and stuff there. She was broken in and just seemed to maybe favour that leg a little bit. Could it still been an option if you just put her in the paddock and just let it heal and settle down? Probably still an option to race.
Yep, yeah, so it's not off the cards.
No, that's right.
But by the sound, she's probably more of a broodmare type.
Probably more of a broodmare.
And the other one, they're both broodmares, because they've both got the pedigrees behind them as well, but it's not all curtains for lot number 69.
No, that's right. I don't believe so, not at all.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen myself with a similar injury make the races and win at the races. So I don't believe it's completely off the table.
Well done, Pete. Thank you very much for that, and it was well received there. How's everything else going? How's your season going driving-wise, and are you enjoying it?
Yeah, going really good. It's probably my best season, that's for sure. I was lucky enough to sit behind a Group 1 winner the other day and win a Group 1 at Menangle. So, that was certainly the thrill of my short driving career.
Give you the taste for more?
Oh, yeah. Just keep searching for that next one, don't you? I suppose, like everyone does.
How'd you go after it? Hold it together, or did you?
It was a bit emotional. Just Trev and with the family, it was all sort of a family operated sort of Trev with the young ones and stuff like that. So my partner Tegan, which is Trev's niece, so it's all it was really great.
It's one of the realisations I have when you go through this catalogue, and some of the quality mares, and even some of the colts and geldings that have won $300,000, $400,000 and the likes, if you like.
Yeah.
But no Group 1s. Like, I mean, you don't. I think sometimes we take it for granted that we've got so many Group 1s and everyone wins. They're actually not that easy to win, and I'm sure that's probably one of the things that sunk in on the way home.
That's probably about Maroolin, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of when you sort of sit down and you sort of think, oh, geez, it is bloody hard to win a Group 1, that's for sure. And this regional series that they've got now, the championships, it's terrific. Like it's people are looking for next year's horses already. It's something you set out and you look for and you try and aim up for. For it to come true, that's a bit of a pinch anyway.
How old are you, Pete?
25.
Yep. So you got plenty. Have you got goals and ambitions?
Oh, look, I just don't get too stressed too soon. Just poke along, keep doing what I'm doing. Try and drive a few more winners. Yeah,
it's always good, isn't it? It's a good starting point.
Yeah, and if them opportunities arise, well, you just try and make the best of them and do the best you can.
Yeah, definitely. Any plans at the minute with
Oh, not as such. Probably just poke along, just driving the few I am. I've got a pretty good support behind me with some, great trainers. They really trust me, and I couldn't really done done a lot of it without him. Pete Romero, he's floating around here. He's probably a big supporter of mine, and Trevor White. He puts me on majority of his horses, and Rod. Rod's been a terrific, I suppose, mentor for me over the last few years, and he's probably, crafted me as a bit of a driver now. So just sort of I look from it from both sides now, not only for as a helping Rod and learning a bit more about training here on the track, but going there and driving a bit better and a bit neater.
Yep.
So,
yeah. And learning. Rod's got a relative. Do you call on him at all very often?
No,
see Alfred?
I see him when I go to Victoria when I make the trip over the border. But Chris, he's doing terrific. He had a lovely winner last night at Albion Park.
Did you back it?
No, I didn't.
One Rogers walking around pretty cock-a-hoop about potentially tipping it and saying that it would win.
Oh yeah, he was telling me where I went wrong. I was tipping the other one.
Well, that happens, but no, it is good, mate, and it's good here. Are you going to? So you'll be staying in the district?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I'll be certainly staying in Wagga. I suppose Riverina Paceway, it's a terrific track, and the prize money and everything's come up a little bit in New South Wales racing. So, it's going great down here. The racing's pretty good and stuff like that. So, with these Group 1s, we get an opportunity to race for a Group 1 here at Wagga, so it's it's going good. I plan on staying here for a while.
I imagine you would love to have won one here, and you still might.
Yeah,
but I imagine going to the headquarters and winning, it's just
Well, that one sort of felt like the grand final. That one was, the best of the best were in the state there, and for that one to pay off, that one, it felt pretty good.
I bet it did, mate. I think well done to you. Over the journey, I only had a couple of placings in Group 1s, but when you start going through some of these pedigrees of these champion horses, and you realise there's so many horses that didn't win a Group 1, and there's so many great trainers then that haven't won them as well.
That's
so
like Trev, he's been training for about 50 years, and he's had some terrific horses, Big Achiever, Heroic Bird, going back many years ago, but he's had horses that are probably ability-wise had more than maybe Defiant, and never sort of got to tick that big race off. So he's been going at it for 50 odd years. For it to pay off for him, it meant a fair bit.
Quiet beer on the way home.
Yeah, a couple.
And the next day.
Yeah, Sunday was a big one.
So you should. I think that's one of the great things. You've got to be able to enjoy it and be a part of it and enjoy it. So mate, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good luck in your endeavours. I'll probably catch up with you again at some stage. You worry about that. And thank you for the insight. And if people want to, they can get in touch with Rod, and he'll be able to fill them in with a lot of those racehorses as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, contact Roger, myself. We'll point you in the right direction. We'll help you out.
Who is the boss, Rod or Roger?
Oh, Rod.
I sort of thought that, but I just thought, well, I might play on Roger's ego if he watches this. But I don't know if he's big. I don't know if he's big on social media, is he?
Oh no, I don't think so.
He's shoving a sausage in pretty heavy over there at the minute, so he's happy with that. But he is indeed. There's a good group of people here. But well done, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. And just there on the ground, it'll be fine. So please fire your questions through, and we'll try and get some more of these weanlings. I reckon we might get some more from down the bottom in a minute. The girls might be able to get some more, but there's a good turnout of people here. The pickers are here. A lot of people actually. Not exactly sure if I can see Mark Barton and get his attention. He'll be here somewhere. Just to come on and just to give people a little bit of insight. I've got quite a few messages here, and I'm trying to get to them all if we can. We've got plenty going on, but yeah, good crowd of people. Dennis, might get Dennis Picker, who actually had a winner himself last night in Queensland. Might get you to jump on one of the mics here, mate, for 2 seconds. And go from there. The young bloke's found the puddle. Mate, you turn your eye for 1 minute and he's straight into the puddle. He's not bad, this young fella.
No, he's crawling under the rails and wanted to go and catch them all, and he's a handful today.
Firstly, well done last night.
Yeah, that was good. Good win.
It was, wasn't it?
Well done to Bourne.
Yeah. Have you spoke to him today?
I spoke to him last night on the way home, and he was really happy. He said she would have run another lap, so yeah.
It was good because she was 3 deep the first lap.
Yeah, and they only arrived up there on Tuesday, so it's a big trip early on in the week, and then just sat wide early when they were running along, and still too strong, so it's good. Yeah,
and looks a horse with a bit of a future. We saw it last year, a couple of horses go to Queensland, maybe not known names. They walk away afterwards and people have got a fair rap of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
What is your aims? What do you got?
yeah, well, there's just a few nice mares races up there for her. And her sister's up there as well, Carla Jane. So she just sort of drew bad last night and didn't. It wasn't her race last night, but yeah, both just up there to maybe try and get in the better mares races and hopefully pick one of them up.
You guys, are a lot of people that may not know you. You breed horses. You breed to sale. You sold this year at Sydney Nutrien sale. Also, you've got a big sheep business. I suppose is predominantly what you are. But you like breeding. You enjoy it, and you like to sort of, I suppose, expand your breeding operation.
Yeah, well, we always have bred a few horses, and mainly for our own purposes to race. But we've cut back on the racing side of it, and yeah, just looking to breed better stock and take a few to the sales and that sort of thing. So,
and be able to enjoy it and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, it's a bit more relaxed than how we're going about it before, with a lot of travelling and stuff. But no, so that's sort of why we're here today, having a look about at the stock down here, and yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, so you're looking to broodmare, pinhook, or just whatever?
Yeah, just mainly looking at the weanlings and the broodmares. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Fillies or the colts, or
mainly fillies, but yeah, you know, the only reason we look at a colt is probably, you know, to sell in the sales next year, like you said, pinhooker. But yeah, we'll just see what happens next weekend, I guess.
I'm not going to, I suppose, hold you to which one you are or aren't going to buy or that, but you've seen a couple that you like?
Yeah, obviously you had a few marked down before we came, and then, yeah, just went over them quickly then, and, you know, they all look good, really.
So he's not going to give much away. This sunshine, it's pretty nice, isn't it?
Terrific.
Considering where you come from.
Yeah, well, we've had 2 very cold weeks, so it was good yesterday morning when we left home, but no, it's lovely down here today.
There it is indeed. It's a beautiful day. It was very cold when I got out of bed. I don't reckon you would have been up as early as me.
No, well, we didn't get up real early this morning, but we had a good night last night, so yeah.
It's one of the things, a Nutrien experience, and I mean, you've known Mark Barton a lot longer than, you know, a lot of people have, through the sheep and the sales of the sheep, but what they do is just different. Like today is an open day, you can't purchase any of the horses, so it's not like there's a helter-skelter to get around and look at the horses. It's relaxed. There's a lot of people here that are all enjoying each other's company, if you like, and be able to have a look at them. There's a sausage sizzle and tea and coffee. Last night, a few drinks and nibblies with people watching the races. I mean, it's a good fun experience, isn't it?
It is. Mark, he just does a terrific job. Like you say, today's just relaxed, and you can poke around at your own speed, look at what you want to look at, and obviously then the sale's not till next weekend, so you can go home and have a talk about it and have a think and do some more homework. But no, it's really enjoyable to have a look around the farm here today too. It's amazing, you know.
Yeah, especially on a day like this.
Yeah, that's right. So,
and it's not lost to a harness racing, so that's sort of good in itself. So, but it will definitely change. I mean, there's not going to be the same sort of stay-ins and that here, so it's definitely going to evolve and change. With the Auctions Plus, now I want people to be aware to get into the bids. Is basically go to the Nutrien Equine site, go to the Yirrebee farm, and there's actually a spot where you can register the bid. But the Auctions Plus process, a lot of the traditionalists have trouble getting their head around it. They're used to lot number 1 being sold and the likes. People that I deal with that have done with Auctions Plus through other means and Nutrien and the way that they sell it, I reckon it's a great concept that you can see the horse. Once one horse goes past where you wanted it to go, you've still got the opportunity to be able to purchase on another horse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's obviously not the old traditional way, but you got to move with the times, don't you? And obviously it's the way to go. So yeah.
You don't have an issue with it?
No, all good.
Onwards and upwards. This amount of emotion that he's showing with me right now, it's about what he showed last night as his horses crossing the line. I'm thinking he's going to win this, and I don't even think you got that big of a smile on your face. Hey?
Like I said, it's all in here.
Have you had to look at any for Bourne? Has Bourne won any looked at?
No, he hasn't said anything this morning. So
he plays his cards pretty close to his chest, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got plenty, I suppose.
He'll probably sneak out. He's been buying plenty. Don't worry about that. So he's really, really changed. And as I said, we've been to sales. You need to bring the kids here, and it's just that little bit more relaxed as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're having a ball running around, and No, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful day and
be able to catch
Good.
up with it, and so go from there.
Yep.
I'm going to let you go.
Yeah.
I was going to get Mark Barton's attention, but hopefully might be able to get Bardo to come on for a second. But thanks very much for joining me, mate, and hopefully you buy one next week. And good luck in Queensland. You going up?
we are going up, yeah.
Yeah,
next month.
I thought you might. Yeah, so well done, and
Get a bit more sunshine.
yeah, and hopefully get some more dollars, mate. You might be able to buy some more.
Yeah.
It'll definitely keep you busy. Well done, Dan. Thank you very much, mate. And you're all good. You can drop that down and go from there. He's a man of few words, Dennis Picker, but he's a lot of fun to be around. So I really do appreciate it. You know, you're still on camera. You know, I'm actually live. So yeah, so I can't actually stop and have a chat to you. So all good. Thank you very much, mate. Bardo's actually just snuck off on me there. There's a few other people around. John Coffey might be here. No, John, John, would you come on for a minute? Come on. Oh, John Coffey. I tried to. He's run away. There's a horse in this sale that is actually named. I was wondering if it might have been after John, but it's not. But we've got quite a few people here looking. There's a lot of intrigue, if you like, from behind. There's still cars coming in, which is exciting. It's just after 12 o'clock, so plenty coming in. Anyone want to fire a question in as well? Amy Glide, your husband's going to join me very shortly, Amy, so don't you worry about Jamie Hogan, mate. The Treasure Me colt, in my opinion, is the best bred weanling there are. Personal favourite is Eyes of Courage. I tend to agree there with the Treasure Me, and there's a lot of intrigue with that one, Jamie. There's a lot of people had it out and had a look. Craig Judd. Craig. I actually will get someone else on to come around with me very quickly. I'll get you go around that way, Craig, if you don't mind. You got to do this like a professional. We're live, mate, so don't say anything bad. Don't say anything bad. Anna, I'll get your husband back on in a second. You can have that one, mate. I'll give you your own microphone. It wasn't turned on, so no one actually heard the wonderful, but fair turnout, mate.
Yeah, fantastic. I've never been here before. It's just it's mind-blowing, actually. It's a beautiful property, incredible property with the Murrumbidgee, I would assume, around it. No, it's gorgeous. We've only just got here, so but no, really enjoying just looking at the property more so.
As people that have built your breeding empire up, I suppose, and your mares, you keep trying to pick mares and all the rest. I'm sure there's a few horses through this sale that you caught your eye, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we just want to have a look at some weanlings for some clients. There's a couple of clients that are half interested in pinhoofing a horse or two, and obviously there's a handful of mares here that really stand out to us. So they've done extremely well. They've bred some beautiful mares, and we're going to spend a bit of time today and see if we can find one.
There's actually sort of harness breeding royalty, if you like, with some of these horses that are on here. Is that one for you to look at? No, that's okay.
I was just catching my eye.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. So you'll have to go. You'll have to go and have a look in a minute. Yeah. The whole Nutrien experience. It's something great, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, the guys are just embracing the industry and just changing the landscape of professionalism. Definitely.
Yep. But also fun.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Look, they're really good people. You're just dealing with good, honest, straight up people and professional.
Yeah.
So no, look, we're absolutely wrapped. We've obviously jumped on right from the very start, and we'll continue to grow with Nutrien.
It's one of those things I encourage people to sort of, I suppose, get involved a little bit more. When I say that, like last night, that everyone was invited to the RSL club, and a few people turned up, and it was great. More people should, because they don't actually realise there's nothing serious. It's just a few drinks, some nibblies, but it's just the people you meet and the fun. Gary Hawthorne and Jenny and that were there as well. Greg Gangle, people don't know who Greg is. They get to know him outside of it, and that's sort of the best part of it, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. They put on something before the sale, before the yearling sales, and even like last night, as you said, it was just a casual few drinks and get together, and it's great. With our industry, we're all pretty busy, so not like you, he's touring around the country all the time. A lot of us are sort of stuck on the farm, and we don't get to see a lot of people. So we're all friends, and we're all work to in this industry together, and it's great just to catch up and have a beer. Yeah, you're going to put me back up in the bed and breakfast this time? Well, I didn't even get the bed and breakfast last time. You kicked me off the place. Yeah, we did indeed. You're welcome anytime, mate. You know that.
No, it's all good. With the horses on this farm. it's a little bit of bittersweet, I suppose, that they build up such a beautiful band of horses and then all of a sudden they're going to be sold off. But the bittersweet part is for young people getting in the game. As I said, you and Dad have built up, and Trace have built up a great brand of mares. You must be so rapid with the mares that you've got. But a great opportunity here for people that are thinking about getting into the breeding industry, and we want more people in it. It's a great opportunity, isn't it, to get some really nice bloodlines?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it does. It takes time to find these mares, and these guys have gone to the trouble. They've done the hard work for you. Really, you can just show up and pick one out and get involved. So no, honestly, it's just. It's, as you say, it's bittersweet. It's a bit sad that the Yirrebee is going to be sold. Hopefully, it stays within the industry, but creates opportunities for others.
Yep, Ben Stud, happy how everything's tracking?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we had great sales last year. Really slow and progressively getting better mares, and we're keeping a few, racing the occasional filly now, and breeding.
He beat us the other night. I actually not happy with that at Shepparton. I wasn't happy with that actually. So
we're slowly, and people don't realise. I think it's 17 years in the making now. So we've bought mares and started from the bottom up. I remember going to the old APG sales, being down in Bourne somewhere, up against the car park with the Toolemans and the Hawthorns and the likes, and now we've got I think this year we'll take 50 horses to the sales.
Yeah,
so we're getting there.
Yeah, you are, and it is exciting. You actually said something to me there before, and I was going to ask it now. I've 100% lost it, which is unlike me to do something like my battery's going to go flat on my phone, which won't be unlike anything. Everything's going to go. Well, everyone's sending me messages, but they don't want me to say the messages online. So I'm like, go from. Oh, that's what I was going to say. EB Research. Firstly, Tough Tilly coming back. It just fits so well, Tough Tilly. Like when you earmark this horse, I suppose, as a horse to make awareness for the EB Research. Is this what you dreamed of? I mean, you want a good horse, and
yes.
She's a better than good horse.
Oh yeah.
But it's not that. It's how she's able to capture people, and I almost wrote her off. I was hoping she'd come back. She hasn't come back. She's come back better.
Yeah, she has. Yeah. Clayton and Emma have just done an incredible job with her, and we've been quite conscious of last year's racing at the end of the season. She'd had enough, and she'd had a few little issues, so we come back. We won that final and tipped her out and give her another spell. So the temptation, of course, was to race up to Queensland. But no, we threw her on the paddock and we've looked after her. Mark's got her now just on the walker doing. She goes a bit stir crazy if you don't,
do something.
Yeah, she's one of those horses. So, and back to what you said about the EB partnership is just incredible. We wanted to name a horse after the beautiful Tilly Wilkes. And we donated that share, and it's I think there's $100,000 that's gone, that they've won on the back of her. But as you say, there's a real synergy between the horse and young Tilly herself, and it's just worked. It's been a lot of fun. It's brought a lot of people together.
It is a shocking thing, and it's very close to your heart for reasons. EB Research. Basically Google that and it'll come up, follow the links, and please donate. They're trying their best, but we need as much people getting behind it as we can. Did you expect it? Like, I know you didn't expect it, because I interviewed you just prior to her having her first start, and the nerves were you hope she could win.
Yeah.
Like if not that race, a race.
A race, and that's exactly right. You bring new people into the industry, and especially with the cause behind it. We wanted... we obviously dreamt that she would be a nice horse, hoped that she would win a race, and then she's, now won $400,000. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's been just a life-changing experience for us, for the connections that we've created because of this horse, So, look, it's amazing. My girl's got EB, so there was some really tough times, for us, but, now... she's healthy and still got the condition, of course, but she lives a fairly normal life. So this foundation's creating awareness, but also trying to find a cure.
And then what Katie is doing, going to run the marathon, was it the New York Marathon or whatever it is? I mean, and to raise awareness for EB research. I mean, one, she's doing it for herself because she's a running junkie, like she just loves it. But at the same time, she's taken the cause over there. So the Australians will be watching it, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of Yanks when she gets over there going to go like when they see her, they're going to go, where's the rest of her? Because she's such a diminutive person. But she has totally embraced it. I don't think she worries about which horse she drives. It's just Tilly when it's in there, and if she gets beat, she doesn't care because she's really embraced the cause and what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And she has got created quite friendly with Corey and Tilly Wilkes, and she, as you say, she's embraced the opportunity and the foundation, and she's just been amazing. She's a real credit to herself, and fantastic representative for the EB partnership.
Yeah, and puts harness racing on the maps too, which is really, really good. Better let you go, mate. The rest of your mob have gone. They've probably picked out half a dozen. So,
No, thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thanks for coming. And as I said, it's a good turnout of people too, which is really
fantastic. There'd be at least 100 odd people here, I'd imagine, wouldn't there?
Yes, easy. Yeah, I think so. I think there's been a few cars go, but the cars are still coming in. So, well done, mate. And we recommend it for other people as well. Thank you very much, Craig Judd. You can take that. That is yours. I wasn't sure whose catalogue that was, but we'll get everyone to go. So please don't forget you can fire questions in at any time as well. And don't forget EB Research. Get behind that and get involved. So we're here today promoting this upcoming sale here for Nutrien that will be here. That's the wrong one. We'll go with that one there. No, that's still the wrong one. Must be this one. There we have there the Yirrebee Stud Complete Dispersal Sale, which will be online. So make sure you, as I said, follow all the links, get your registration done, and follow all the links to the sale date. Starts 9 o'clock next Saturday and will finish at 6 o'clock next Monday evening, which will be after the State of Origin is on the Sunday night. So a lot of the guys down here were worried about that. So it will finish after that. We've got a few people out here, but I might see if I can't get Greg to come back up, and we might even just see how we go. I just need him to get his attention if I can, which is not always that simple, but we'll just see how we go. Just trying to get him to come up here now. Sorry about this. It's one of the things of driving a one-man show. It can be a bit tricky from time to time, so he's not going to look at his phone, so he's going to make my life very, very hard to do, but good turnout of people here. He's just saw his phone, so he is going to come up in a sec. Oh, he's eating a sausage. Anna, if you're wondering what your husband's doing, he's actually off eating. He doesn't go too bad on the tooth, young Greg. I must say he enjoys his tucker, so he definitely has a little bit of fun. But good turnout here. Really, really good turnout of people, and that. So hopefully we give a fair bit of insight. Not sure if they're going to be parading any more horses at the minute. There's no more coming out. There is a lot of people walking around looking. So get the chance and get online and check it out. This online sale, as I said, for the guys here at Yirrebee and Nutrien, and just follow all of the links. It is back to that. So Amy's still waiting. Amy, I'm telling you, he's eating a sausage and he's enjoying himself, but he's having a good look around, and so he should. And I think he might have snuck off and watched a few of the Canadian races as well. But horses here everywhere we go. Great insight. Go back and check. I'll actually cut it up, Pete's insight, into the tried horses that are here at the sale. Johnson boys are snuck out over the back. The Atworthy crew, there's a large contingency of them there. I think I can actually get them there. There they are, the boys on camera. We might even get a bit cheeky. We'll zoom in on them there. They're enjoying the hospitality as well. So having a bit of fun there, the boys. A good group. Like I think, if you're keen on this sale, make sure you do your homework, because there's going to be plenty of people are aware of it. Lots of catalogues walking around. A lot of people getting involved in it. And just having a look at some of these horses as they parade and go forward. So Yeah, been a really good day here. That camera has gone flat, so I best go back to that one. Always happens when you're not expecting it. So, but yeah, people here having a good look around. Peter Amirio, he's here doing his homework. So yeah, do you want to come on? I think that's a no. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the other word that he actually said, but good to see you here, mate. Good to see you having a look around. So, as I said, Gary Hawthorne, a lot of people here doing their homework, not just here for the sausages, and going from there. So it's a little bit of a sad day. Just waiting for Greg to come back and we'll sign off, or I'll just check with Bardo. But I think we'll sign off very shortly. But make sure you guys go to nutrienequine.com, follow the links to the Yirrebee page, and go from that. And we got one of the other weanlings, I think, is about to come out. Maybe just walking him in the shed. So logistically, anyone that's been here before will know that it's a very, very big place to get around. So it can be a bit tricky to be able to actually get around to all of the spots and go from there. Brett Hogan's on. And watching. So please, I'll probably only go for a couple more minutes. So if you've got any questions out there that you want to ask in relation to the sale or potential horses that you might be looking at, fire them through. If not, make sure you get in touch with the guys at nutrienequine.com.au and go from there. Follow the portals to the website and go that way as well. As I said, Yirrebee online sale, and register your bid cards. That'll all be sorted out. You got all week to sort about it. Then we go live next Saturday, the 27th. I think it's the 27th. Now I've said that, I'm going to get myself in the trouble. So wrong one again. I keep hitting the wrong button. That's what I do. The 25th. And finishes on the 27th. So sale starts 9 a.m. Saturday the 25th of June, goes through till 6 o'clock Monday. Now, anyone that knows how these sales work, at 6 o'clock, then it gets busy, because if people want to buy after that, the horses are there to be bid on, and it goes live. So as people bid, it'll keep resetting every 30 seconds or every minute. So people need to be aware of it, need to get involved in it. And get ready for it. So it's very, very different. But yeah, I'll be going live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on my live Facebooks and YouTubes, make sure Grant Gwelly, anyone want a game of tennis? I'll come back for a hit or so. They must have a tennis court here somewhere as well. I'm not sure. So I reckon my timing's bad for Greg. I think the Mohawk Millions might be on. I'm not sure. He's actually watching a race. Is the Mohawk Millions on, Greg? He's watching. He's going to give us an update in a second. And going from that, there are now Roger Strong. The two of them. I've got no one. They've given me no one to help me. The boys have left me, but that's fine. So are you any good at tennis, Grant? I wonder if you're any good at tennis at all. Yeah, we'll go from there. Roger, I might get you to come in on screen, if you wouldn't mind, just for 2 quick secs, because we're not going to be going that long. Greg, where are you off to? Back here, because I don't think we'll go much longer. I think as far as parading the horses and that, it'll be a lot of the same ones going through, so we don't need to keep the Facebook feed going with the mares. So Roger, anyone wants to know about any of the mares for the next week, get in touch with you guys here.
Yeah, sure. You know, there's the wide range of mares, quality, quantity, everything's here for you. Yeah, and
people, like, we're not parading the mares. I mean, it's one of those things. It's a little bit it's time consuming. Plus, as you said about the weather, they are in mud, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're in mud, and I mean, this is the best day we've had for a month. Greg's done a great promotion with the videos and photos and that sort of thing. So they're all online. People can have a look at them if they want to ask any questions. Just give us a buzz.
Get yourself with yourself, right?
Yep. No worries at all.
Pete gave great insight into all the tried horses. I'm going to cut that up. I'll actually cut that up and put that up just so people can understand about all of them. We'll take out the stay-in sections, and that'll just purely be Pete's talk about them, but good insight as well. But the same thing again, get in touch with the guys here at the farm. Yeah,
for sure. We're only a phone call away, and we, like you said before, we've been transparent with all the information we've got. Everything's open. There's nothing to be hidden here, and we're a pretty reputable stud to be buying from, so that's all we can do.
And there's some great lines.
Great bloodlines.
Yeah.
Great bloodlines.
Yeah, and Jamie Hogan, who used to work here, he put through there that he thinks the Treasure Me weanling is the pick of the sale. He's a bit keen on that one, so hopefully they pay him well at his new job, so he might be able to come back, young Jamie.
I think you better look at his superannuation.
Greg, good turnout from your point of view of the Wagga Raceway. You'd be pretty impressed with all the guys that are here.
Yeah, it's great. There's a lot of local faces that we see, during our race meetings and coming out here. It's really nice for me personally to see so many people out, not where I'm busy at the club, running a race meeting. I can come over here and let my hair down a little bit and enjoy myself.
And more hair jokes. You know how many hair jokes I've had today?
I
I don't actually know where all these hair jokes are coming from, but I reckon some people are definitely having a bit of fun. I had the thing over your hat, and you got the Tintin in American hat. It was good to see him come out. The goat really wasn't on his best behavior. Go back. He was sort of happy with the sausages, wasn't he?
Yeah, Marcy was happy. The kids were feeding a bit of bread and the sausages, and someone tells a few. Tintin was very highly strung when he first came to the stud, and he just used to self-destruct himself. He'd kick at the rail and he'd be squealing. He just wasn't a happy man. Anyway, some probably wise old man told Rod once, you want to try a goat? And we said, we can't have a goat. Tintin will just kill that goat, So we put that goat in there, mate. You wouldn't. If someone told you, you'd just shake your head. But he's just so placid with it. It's just so
it's
cool.
an old wise tale. We had the same thing back home where we had a horse, and he would self-destruct a float. He'd put a horse on him by himself and absolutely self-destruct, and his friend said, go get a goat. And the neighbor had a goat. Yeah. Put him in with it on the float, you'd never know there was a horse on there.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable what they do.
You see, he's got scars all over his leg where he's kicked rails, and he got out and had a fight with the other stand, and he broke a tooth, and it's just this horse is just
He's been to the war and back.
We're pulling our hair out,
More hair jokes.
All the hair jokes.
And he actually smiled when he did that one. Did you notice? Did you notice that? But it was good to see him. Warrawee Needies as well, and it was great to see people come up. And people came up and they asked about the temperament. They could see it there on shot.
So for sure. And me personally, I just like to thank you guys. Greg was just great doing the videos and.
He's been good for here as well. All jokes aside, he's been good because working on Campbell's Commons, you've got no idea what you're going to get. So it's not like it's scripted or nothing else.
There's no script.
No, it's definitely not.
But Mark and his team have done a great job promoting, and you to do this on social media. We just don't understand the power of social media and how well it is for us and that sort of thing. So we've got to grasp it and we've got to go with it.
Grant Coelho, just quickly, you were saying about the tennis courts. Did he used to come here and just play tennis, did he?
Yeah, probably.
They probably haven't been used in about a decade.
He just said anyone want a game of tennis, so I'm presuming that's where he spent. Is that where he spent most of his time? Is it?
He's going to ask you to go down the slide.
That's it, mate.
He might have been where he was, or he might have been hiding there. I don't know.
Hiding over there.
No, thank you very much, mate. Thanks for helping me because I know you're not keen on this.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I reckon that too. We have got him fenced in. He can't get past, so we won't let him get past. But it is, as you say, it's a new way of doing things. And I spoke to Craig Judd, I suppose, just before as well. I forgot his name. All of a sudden, it just totally left me, but it doesn't matter. And Dennis Picker, the way Nutrien do things. It's a lot lower key here. If you did all this and had a sale on the same day, people don't talk, they don't mingle, they don't ask the questions. That's right. They want to be ready to buy. So
it's like us. Like us when we go to the yearling sales, and we're there to sell the product. We're there to talk to clients, and this is a bit more relaxed, a bit more. When Mark first suggested to Rod and I that we have an open day, and we thought, oh, man, that's just more work we've got to do, and how are we going to do that? And it's turned out pretty good. It's turned out pretty good, and let's hope it turns into dollars next week at the sales.
And we must say well done to Christy as well, cooking the sausages. Everyone's very, very happy back there. And
happy with the sausages.
Yeah, well, if she didn't do it, I think I had to do it as well as drive the cameras. I'm like, he doesn't ask much, Mark Barton. I tell you, he's not bad. I can give him a few drive-bys because he's not going to actually come on today's show, but I will catch up with him before the sale, probably midweek next week. So, mate, well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, mate.
Greg, thanks for joining me. Well done, everything that's going on here at Riverina Raceway as well. We'll be doing some more things going forward. Next time we won't set up in the sun, and it'll be a bit easier to actually see. There's a fair bit of sun glare on it, just making sure we get no one else fire through. Don't forget the sale is next Saturday, down there on the bottom, 25th of June. Finishes at 6 o'clock Monday, but it'll actually continues on that little bit later after that. Make sure you go to, if I get rid of that one there, we will be able to get that. So make sure you go to nutrienequine.com.au, go to the Standardbred section, go to the Yirrebee online sale. Everything is there. You can follow the links to the sale bid cards. You can follow it. It's very self-explanatory. Go there, do it Monday, do it Tuesday, give yourself plenty of time, look at it, not sure, ring the guys and go from there. It's self-explanatory. Nutrien's here to stay, so people got to get their head around it and work out how it works and not miss out on some really, really quality lots. Guys, thank you. Thank you very much for joining me, and good luck on next weekend, mate.
Thank you very much.